See by the dawn's light was so proudly we hailed, and twilight was clear, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the pale sky. For the ramparts we won was so gallantly streaming black. Then rocked his great sing, yeah, and I said, that star spangled away. And oh, 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 oh,
Play ball. And good evening, everyone. Suwannee High Bulldog Baseball is now on the air. Wayne Luttrell joined by the head coach of the Swany football team, Kyler Hall. Going to talk a little baseball. And
let's go, Wayne. It's a great night for baseball. Beautiful weather.
It is, and a great matchup.
It is. Got a big time opponent tonight that's been through the gauntlet of games lately. But I think the Dogs are going to be mentally and physically ready to play. So it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, both teams are coming into this tournament. Both teams are 8-5. Swany has won 4 in a row. And at the same time, the Cardinals have lost 4 straight.
Yep. I believe at this point in the season, we're playing with confidence. As you said, 4 wins in a row. And looking, we've played a tough schedule, all throughout the year. And now with some confidence, guys starting to hit the ball, I think they're coming in ready to play tonight.
Battle of lefties on the mound tonight. We've got Grayson Green. He's our lefty starting for Swany. And Cody Bochelle is starting for the Cardinals. He's a Tennessee commit.
Yeah.
So he's a good one.
I like it. Green is a heck of a competitor. Saw that last year just as a freshman, and he's continued to improve. So look forward to him stepping up to the challenge tonight.
No doubt about it. As he takes his warm-up tosses, that's Grayson Bonds behind the plate. So Grayson pitching to Grayson.
Yep.
In the infield, left to right, you've got Jace Moran at third and Gabe Garcia at short. Noah Lopez is your second baseman, and Kyler Watson gets to start at first. And in the outfield, left fielder Colton Rogers, center fielder Dylan Green, and Coy Fryer is to start over in right field. Well, last game we broadcast, Swany jumped out to a 6-0 first-inning lead.
Yeah.
They shut him out 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first and then got runs. And that would be a great start if we could duplicate that. But chances are this is going to be one of those games where we're, it's going to be a low-scoring affair, and we're hoping for a run.
That's right. That's right. Hards may be tough to come by tonight. A little bit different opponent than Yulee, but excited to watch it.
Josh Murray, the first batter for Bishop Snyder. And the right-hander steps in there and takes ball 1, a little bit outside. Murray, the left fielder, number 3. Waits for the second pitch. That one's in there for a called strike. So 1-1 on the batter, Josh Murray, just underway here at Booster Field. Plenty of room out here, so come on down. See a good high school ball game tonight. There's a good-looking pitch there.
Wayne, who do we have behind the plate tonight? Who's calling it here?
The umpire? I don't have his name.
But we need the name so we can talk about it.
We just call him Blue. It's swing and a miss there, and there's strike 3. And so Green starts the ball game with a strikeout. We'll put a K in the book, 1 down, and now Cody Bochelle will step up to the plate, the opposing pitcher.
Great start. Again, confidence is going to be key early on for the Dogs. Grayson getting off to a good start.
Yeah, if you can get that first hitter out, because normally, your first batter is a kid that gets on base.
Yep.
And if you look at his on base percentage, it's around 500. So, I mean, a kid gets on base a lot, and to get that out pretty big time, build your confidence. Now, lefty versus lefty, and first pitch off the plate for ball one. Beautiful night for baseball.
Man,
Weather
can't
has
beat it.
cooperated. That one's going to be called a strike. Catches the corner. It's 1-1 on Bochelle. Trip Hannah. He's an Oklahoma State commit. And he stands on deck. Didn't take that one. And misses the strike zone by an inch.
Come on, Blue.
2-1. That one a little bit low for 3-1. What do you think of these uniforms? You like the pinstripes?
I do like the stripes. Pinstripes baseball is never a bad thing.
Yeah. I'm a traditionalist. I like the green, white, and gold.
I do like the green and white. You can't beat the green and white.
That's out of play. Full count. Yeah, I know sometimes in football you wear those black uniforms. You go with a non-traditional color and try to aggravate Andy and I. But
Don't bring us into it. It's baseball season.
Yeah.
You don't have enough time to talk about those issues.
There's ball four. Well, the biggest thing is, being able to read the numbers from the press box.
Numbers are, they're Kelly green. They're pretty easy to see.
Yeah. Look out there and tell me the center fielder's numbers. Just saying.
Long ways from here.
All right, runner at first, one down. Now Trip Hannah to the plate.
It's going to turn two here.
Well, if he'll serve up a double play ball, we got the infield that can do it. I don't mean to jinx them, but one thing about this Swany baseball team is they've been strong defensively this season.
They have. And the thing about this lineup, they're so versatile. You see these guys all around the infield. Coy's been in the infield. Dylan Green has been the only one that's, kind of stayed put there in the center. But a lot of movement that we've seen so far this year with these guys.
A very versatile team. No doubt about it. I mean, when you have a roster with, 9 pitchers, 3 catchers, and kids that can play multiple positions, and, coaching staff is taking advantage of that. And you kind of had that luxury a little bit in football. It was by committee at running back.
It was.
But we had several kids that can play different positions offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and I think things going to pay off for the Dogs is just the depth that they have at, at the pitching position. So you got a lot of talented arms, and
you do.
Got to go on the bump tonight.
To the plate. And that one misses.
Hadn't found his rhythm yet.
2-1 on the batter. Runner at first base. 1 down in the inning. Top of the first, you're just tuning in. Bishop Snyder, the opponent tonight. It's the Cards and the Dogs. Green from the stretch. The pitch is in there for a strike. Seemed like they're just kind of feeling the pitcher out right now. They haven't swung at a whole lot of pitches.
They have taken a lot.
Yeah. So a 2-2 count. The lefty looks at first. And now the pitch. That miss is just inside.
Not a very big lead he's getting at first. I don't think he's a big steal threat here.
And especially when you got a left-handed pitcher on the hill.
Right.
It's hard to get a big lead against a lefty with a good pickoff move.
I got picked off by a lefty in middle school.
There goes the runner. And it was hit and run and foul ball. So we'll have to come back.
Coach Alan Bonds was not happy. It ended the game.
Yeah, you never want to end the game like that. And did you get a sign or did you just take off?
No, he picked me up at first.
But you were leaning to.
I was leaning a little bit too heavy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There was a reason.
Trusting my speed too much.
Look, yeah. Well, speed, but if you're leaning one way, you can't get back to that.
Exactly. Here we go. Full count.
Let's see if he goes once again. Not going on this pitch. And there's a hit towards center field. Dylan Green chasing. It's going to drop in front of us. It's going to get by him and get by the right fielder and roll all the way to the wall. Cardinals are rounding the bases. They're going to get one in, and it's going to be a triple via the error for the bat of Hannah. So he ends up at third, and Bochelle scores.
Yeah, like he lost it there in the sun right at the end once it took that bounce.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a single, but then the error costing 2 bases there. I don't think Fryer was ready for that. He was backing him up on the play, but I thought Green was going to handle it. And suddenly the ball's by both of them.
Yep.
And Fryer had to retrieve it from the wall. Now Tristan Silver, the batter. 1-0 Cardinals lead. Squares off the bunt in the air, and it's going to be caught by the pitcher. Nobody covering third, so couldn't double him up there, but there's 2 down in the inning. Runner at third base with 2 down. If we can keep it at 1 run, that would be huge. Elias Mamea, now the batter. 22, he's the first baseman for the Cardinals. He was upstairs. Early in this ball game, shadows creeping in. It's a bright blue sky, so that sun is a bit of a factor here early.
It is.
And that one's going to get through the infield for a base hit and an RBI. And just like that, Swany down 2 runs. So the Dogs going to have to keep their composure and see if they can't come from behind against a Division I pitcher here tonight.
Yeah, got to withstand the storm early. Long game.
It is just the first inning. Tanner Upton to the plate now. He's the second baseman. Left-handed batter at number 10. Holding the runner there at first base. These misses.
Yeah, and these guys are patient at the plate. You know, they're making them throw strikes, waiting on their pitch.
Yeah. Well, that's a well-coached team, no doubt about it. Zach Osbeck is the head coach, and Gil Morales, the assistant coach, 2 of the best in the area. There's a throw to first base, and the runner just calmly steps back on the bag. It's a great time to be a sports fan, man. You got baseball going on, you got golf going on, you got basketball happening. You've got March Madness kicking up here.
Oh, can't wait. Have you done your bracket?
I have. I'm not real solid on it.
Did the Hurricanes make the?
They did not.
The Noahs didn't.
No, there's one Florida school in it, and that's the University of Florida Gators.
They're going to get knocked off early.
Number 1 seed. And I picked them to the Final Four.
UConn's going to get them second round.
Well, I don't think so. Not this year. And I'm not a Gator fan. I'm just picking.
I mean, we're mutual here in our dislike for the Gators.
That's true.
As a Cane and Noel, we can't wish anything good for the Gators.
Well, it's a bracket. I'm trying to pick who I think is going to win. And I just feel pretty strong about the Gators this year. They got a good team.
They do. They do.
And they're the only Florida school in it, so you got to kind of pull for them, don't you? Well, you don't have an affinity towards Connecticut.
Not going to seem to be the Gators.
Anybody that plays it, he'll root for Norfolk State.
I would.
That's their first round opponent on Friday.
16-1 upset.
Yeah, well, that would be embarrassing. There's a ball. I don't think that's going to happen. I see Florida getting at least to the Sweet 16. I picked him to the Final Four, so we'll see what happens. But SEC has been awfully strong this year.
Yeah, they're loaded in there.
Gators won the SEC championship, but Auburn's the number 1 seed in the entire tournament. So go figure. Foul back to the screen.
Let's go, Green. Let's go ahead and get out of this inning here. Let's go.
2 balls and 2 strikes against the Snyder batter. Kyler Watson holding the runner at first, playing normal depth the rest of the positions. Watson, of course, will shift over as soon as the pitch is made, and that one's going to be fouled and again out of play. And we do it again. We've thrown a lot of pitches this inning. That's something you don't want to see from your starting pitcher.
Yeah.
Gabe Garcia last outing against Yulee. I mean, he went 3 innings and minimal amount of pitches.
Quick, yeah. Gabe's a talented kid. Good player all around.
No question. Grayson's pitch this time got him.
There we go.
Got him with the off-speed pitch. And so 2 strikeouts in the inning, but 2 runs across the plate for the Bishop Snyder Cardinals. And after a half inning, it's Bishop Snyder 2 and Swany coming to bat. Bulldog Baseball on rivercountrysports.com.
Josh Anderson here from Wayne Fryer Live Oak. I'm inviting you to come tour the best built manufactured homes on the market. Choose from 2x6 exterior walls, upgrade insulation, vinyl plank flooring, shiplap accent walls, barn doors, tile showers, and so much more. All our homes come with delivery and setup, AC, steps, and skirting. And at Wayne Fryer Live Oak, homes start at just $69.9. If you've always wanted to own your own home, now is the time at Wayne Fryer, US 90 West Live Oak, or visit us online at WayneFryerHome.com.
Everybody's always claiming to offer the top insurance, the lowest rate, blah, blah, blah. Well, cut the game and go to the Jeff Tippins Insurance Agency. Jeff is an independent agent, meaning he can shop around to get you the best price for the coverage you need. With access to major carriers like Auto Owners, Progressive, Travelers, and Mercury, stop with those cold 800 numbers. Discover the personal difference with the Jeff Tippins Insurance Agency. US 129 North in Live Oak. Call 364-2886 or visit JeffTippinsInsurance.com. Back here at the old ballpark, Wayne Latrell, along with the head coach of the Swany football team, Kyler Hall. And I was told twice today, not once, twice, two different people, that I'd have your wife up here calling this game because she knows more baseball than you do.
Well, there's no doubt about that. No doubt at all. I can appreciate the shots taken. I'm going to take my fair amount of shots tonight on the air.
Yeah.
But my wife, All-American. Matter of fact, this past weekend back at FSU, they brought in all the previous All-Americans, honored them. Nice banner up on the back wall there. So she had a heck of a career as they were 2 World Series as she was there. But yeah, without a doubt, she's
knows a little bit about softball, translates to baseball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you know a little bit about it. I remember when you were a kid, played a little baseball.
So what knowledge I don't know would actually kind of be your fault, since you were one of my earliest baseball coaches.
Yeah, well, I wasn't a very good one, obviously. I coached you in football, too. You did pretty good there.
Yeah.
So if I'm getting black here, I get credit there.
Absolutely.
And Josh Altman, one of the guys that said something, we wish him a speedy recovery. He was in an accident and got banged up a little bit.
Old man fans, make sure you put some ice on your back, take your ibuprofen, just stay off your feet.
Yeah. Well, he was listening to Reba McEntire, had it cranked up awfully loud.
Wasn't paying attention.
Well,
loud,
and wash out on the road. That is an awful accident.
It was.
Totaled his truck, but he's going to be okay.
He's a tough sucker.
Yeah, long road to recovery. All right, here we go. Bottom of the first inning. Let's see if Swany can get those 2 runs back. Noah Lopez will lead it off.
Here we go.
Cody Bochelle. The left-handed pitcher wheels. Man, it's got that sidearm delivery, and that'll miss for a ball. Our first look at him, and boy, he's going to be tough.
Yeah, you don't see many sidearms throughout the year, so it's going to take a minute to find the release.
It was up high. First of all, make him throw a strike. Noah Lopez, quite the athlete. He had a great football season, and he's had a tremendous baseball season thus far.
He has, playing with a lot of confidence, puts in the work. That's one thing Lopez has always done, no matter what he's played. He was a big-time soccer player, but kind of shifted his focus here, with football and baseball. But had a heck of a year, and just a junior. So that's the thing about the team, so young. If they went just 2 or 3 seniors.
And walks on 4 pitches.
Had a boy 8.
Well, his on-base percentage is crazy. I mean, it's up over 500. His on-base percentage is 540.
That's up there.
So he's getting on base. I mean, almost 6 out of 10 times.
That's a little bit higher than old Hunter Abercrombie back in the day.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, but higher.
Hunter wasn't 8 pretty good baseball players. I remember.
Yeah, he was a little off speed. Yeah. Off speed.
Throw to first base, and Lopez dives in there. Boy, that was closer than it needed to be. Noah Lopez always a threat to run, and he had a pretty sizable lead against a lefty. Got to be careful out there. Speaking of lefties, Jace Moran now at the plate. Third baseman, number 9 for the Dogs. There's the pitch. And see that lefty? He had Lopez kind of leaning back toward the bag. It's deceptive. And got an umpire right behind him watching him for a balk. So
we still got to figure out Blue's name. Ooh,
hit him.
We'll take it.
First and second, nobody down. We'll take that every day.
Don't rub it.
And Bochelle trying to find his rhythm right now, and that's going to get an early Ripped to the mound by
Yeah,
the Bishop Snyder coach.
I like it. Make them group up early. Little huddle. So speaking of Hunter, his Mercer Bears had a big win last night against the Knowles. Knocked off the Knowles.
Is that beat him in a midweek game?
Yeah.
No kidding.
He took the travel ball team over there. My son plays for him, and they got the big dub for Hunter.
All right. How about that?
Have the Knowles and Gators played yet?
They have.
What about the Canes?
They have. The Canes and Knowles haven't played. We lost 2 or 3 to the Gators earlier this year. Won that Sunday game to save face. Florida and Florida State normally play those midweek games.
Yeah, that's right.
And so the first one I saw, Florida beat Florida State in the first matchup. Baseball's a funny thing. You can't win every game.
No.
I mean, different pitchers, different lineup.
Yeah.
Kids have big nights, and so that's why they play a series in baseball, and it's not one and done.
Yeah, and it's such a mental game. I mean, you can go for the day, then you come back the next day, you may go 3 for 4. So I mean, it's
Tell you who else has a pretty good ball club is UCF, Central Florida.
They do.
Strong. Grayson Bonds at the plate. First pitch up high.
a little high and tight.
Yeah. And right now, pitcher's struggling a little bit for his control.
Old Bonds having a good year.
He has had a good year. And he's really picked it up offensively.
Yeah, he has.
Heck of a catcher. Called strike. He's one of those guys, Bonds, he just dares you to run.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'd love to throw you out. All right, first and second, nobody down. Grayson Bonds at the plate. That's who you want up there in this situation. There's the pitch. Ooh, swing and a miss. Took a cut at that one, but
He did. Swinging for the fences.
Came up empty. He's got lucky number 13 on. Dan Marino's no. Not many athletes have the confidence to wear number 13.
No.
I mean, normally that's a bad luck number. It's inside and low.
Was Dan Marino the best quarterback to not win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
I can agree with
I didn't even have to think about
that.
that.
I agree.
In that first year, he took the Dolphins. They got to the Super Bowl and fell to Joe Montana and the 49ers. But, who knew that was going to be his only trip? I mean, we thought for sure he's going to be there several times, but it didn't work out that way. Skied a mile in the air. This one may be playable. First baseman chasing after it and cannot make the catch. He gave it a chase and got underneath it, but that ball fooled him a little bit, and so in foul territory, well, you got to take advantage of that. You get an extra chance here. Still nobody down in the inning, first and second. 2-2 on Bonds. Lopez at second base, Moran at first base.
Been a lot of Bonds come through here play baseball.
There have been, and they've all been good.
They all have been.
There, that off-speed pitch got him. That's a good pitch.
That was good pitch.
Throws him. So now one down, and Gabe Garcia will stroll to the plate. Garcia's been kind of slow to get that bat moving. This will be a good time for him to break things open. Let's see if he can get the offense rolling here. That trip to the plate must have settled down Bo Shell, because he really came after Bonds there.
Yeah, one swing in the bat. We can get him back shook up here.
Garcia digs in. The first pitch.
And
there it is toward the shortstop. This could be 2. There's 1 to first base, and it's in time for a double play. And that erases the Bulldogs. They got 2 on, but couldn't get anything going. It's still 2-0. Cardinals over the Bulldogs after 1. Swany Baseball on rivercountrysports.com.
Do you need tree service? Morgan Tree and Debris provides you with quality and affordable tree service in Live Oak and surrounding communities. Morgan Tree and Debris is a full service and tree company. Tree trimming, tree removal, firewood, stump grinding, storm cleanup, debris removal. Contact Morgan Tree and Debris at 386-249-0472. That's Morgan Tree and Debris, 386-249-0472 for all of your tree service needs.
Your trusted local real estate partner in Live Oak, Grantham Realty, for all your real estate needs in North Florida. With over 20 years' experience, they're more than just a real estate agency. They're your friends and neighbors, dedicated to serving this vibrant community. So whether you're buying or selling, you can trust Grantham Realty to provide solutions that fit your needs. At Grantham Realty, you'll be treated as a friend, not a number. Contact their friendly team today. Grantham Realty, 386-362-7080. Swany Baseball and RiverCountrySports.com. Appreciate you tuning in. 2-0, Bishop Snyder leading the Swany Bulldogs after one complete. Dogs going to have to try to hold them right here and see if we can't make a comeback here tonight. Not going to be easy against this pitching staff. It's a deep team over here in Bishop Snyder.
It is. Very good team, experience. But again, if you look at us, just the totality of the season, played a tough schedule, another great team tonight. On top of that, just being a young team and learning how to grow through some adversity.
Yeah.
I think in the long haul of the season, once we get into the district play, I think it's going to pay off. So you got to keep playing. Again, it's a long game, just second inning here. Not the ideal start, but handle the ups and downs.
Remember, you can read all about the Bulldogs and all things local in the River Bend News. Available in print and online, the River Bend News, serving Suwannee, Lafayette, and Hamilton counties. All right, due up for Bishop Snyder. They're going to lead off with Cole Dennis. He's the catcher. This is the 7, 8, 9 hitters, followed by Evan Piecolo and Jackson Perry.
3 up, 3 down. Be great here.
And the first pitch from Green misses. There's ball one. A little bit outside and low. Wind's blowing out, by the way. I really should have waited to say that when Swany was up to that, but just saying, looking at the flag in center field.
No way, if you can see that flag, you should be able to see the numbers on the jerseys.
I should be, but I can't. I do have binoculars, so I can pull those out. 3-0 on Dennis. Probably going to be taking this pitch. Groove on. And there it is.
Here we go. Come on. Battle back.
Yeah, usually at 3-0, they give you the take sign, but every once in a while, man, that's hard to take.
It is.
You know what's coming down the middle.
It is.
And that one's low. That'll be ball 4. And so the leadoff man aboard here for Bishop Snyder in the second.
Got a visit here.
Yep, Coach Moran's going to come out. You mentioned Hunter earlier. He was talking. He did a ball game with me earlier this year. He did the Columbia game, and he talked about the walk from the dugout to the mound. You could tell by the stroll as to what kind of business it is.
Without
a friendly visit, or is he about to chew somebody? That was kind of a stroll there.
It was not too intense.
No.
I've seen more intense.
Yeah, I'm sure he's talking about location and settling down, that sort of thing. But Coach Moran, who helped you in football, he was a heck of an athlete back in his day.
Absolutely.
So was Jace as well. But he was a big addition to the football staff. And I asked him, I said, Coach Hall going to help you out in baseball? And he just looked at me funny.
I haven't got the invites yet. I don't really appreciate that, but we'll talk about that later.
They've got a strong staff, though. It's Baldwin, Pennington, and Swan.
I would get in the way.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You could be
the dugout coach.
There you go. Teach you to keep the book. All right, Evan Piecolo and bunt attempt. Vaughn's tried to barehand that thing and lost the handle. Second error of the ball game for Swany. Very uncharacteristic.
Now batting number 7, Jackson Perry.
He was thinking throw before he had the handle.
Yep.
So 2 on, and Jackson Perry at the plate. He squares to bunt and pulls back, takes a strike. Watson was charging there. Let's see if they try to move him over once again. 0-1 the count on Perry. He'll square once again. This time he lays it down. Third base line and a roll foul. So 0-2. And I doubt he's bunting with 2 strikes. Probably going to let him swing here. And I want to imagine Green's going to give him one of those pitches to try to get him to chase something. Need outs. Top of the order, Josh Murray on deck. Perry waits, and he does square the bunt once again and takes a called strike 3.
That was a bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah, I don't think he was going to, but he did square around, which a little bit surprising.
We'll take it.
One down, and boy, Swany could turn 2 here and get out of this inning. You got Josh Murray now strolling to the plate. He struck out in the first. Murray playing up on the grass, aiming to third. Here's a good-looking pitch for a strike.
There we go. Find your groove, Greeny.
Racing Green, toiling on the mound for Swany.
A lot of greens come through Suwannee baseball, too.
Yeah. And they were all good.
They were all good.
Remember Kevin and Jake. Both good ball players. There's a pop toward the right side. Chasing is Fryer. He'll make the catch. And the throw to third base. And not tagging up. He held the runners. Nice job out there by Coy Fryer. And Fryer's been, I've seen him play right field. I've seen him play third base, seen him play shortstop. I mean,
he's been all over. I thought
pitches.
The game he played at third, that was one of his better games. He was coming off of an injury, so getting back healthy and full speed, but a heck of an athlete that you'll see all over the field, as you mentioned. On the pitching mound this year was the first. I don't think he pitched any last year, so using Coy all over the field.
No doubt. Good ball player. Good athlete. All right, here's Cody Bochelle.
Next time it happens, try to follow it. Always will happen.
Lefty against lefty. And last plate appearance, he walked him. So see if he can throw some strikes here. First and second, 2 down. The 1-0 delivery is going to miss. Ball 2. Falling behind Bochelle for the second time. Green gets his sign. Now to the stretch. Steps off the mound, chases the runners back.
Major League Baseball kicks off next week, opening day. No matter of fact,
Yeah,
the
matter of
Cubs
fact,
and Dodgers.
I was going to say
when is that?
In Japan.
The Cubs were up. I never saw the final.
I didn't see. That's a different time zone for me. So
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with. There's a chopper toward Lopez. He fields it cleanly. The throw to first in time.
Attaboy, Low.
And that'll do it for Bishop Snyder in their half
there.
of the second inning. So after 1.5, it's still Cardinals 2 and Swany nothing. It's Bulldog Baseball, RiverCountrySports.com.
Rapid Fiber Internet's locally owned and operated, powered by Suwannee Valley Electric Co-op. Our local employees are dedicated to providing a world-class customer experience to each of our Suwannee Valley Electric members. Make the switch today to Rapid Fiber Internet's 100% fiber to the home internet system. To learn more about Rapid Fiber Internet, visit rapid-fiber.com. Again, that's rapid-fiber.com or call 866-64-RAPID.
Bulldog Baseball brought to you in part by G&W Site Services. They can do it all when it comes to your land. Everything from land clearing to site prep and grade work to excavation and ponds to driveways and culverts, material hauling, foundations. Telephone number 386-209-4856. Call Big Dog Ben Newman at G&W Site Services, 209-4856. Online, you'll find them at GW Site Services LLC.com. All right, bottom of the second inning, and Coy Fryer to lead it off for Swany.
Let's go 10. Wayne, do you think Billy hit the weight room before the game?
He's in good shape.
There's no doubt he hit it. Little rise and tries today.
Yeah. He stays in that gym quite a bit.
Yeah, he does.
Setting the example. I bet he's been to the gym more this week than I have in probably 10 years. Just saying. Ball one to Fryer.
You can't tell on yourself like that, Wayne.
Well, just the truth. I don't mind the truth.
We may have the most jacked first and third base coaches in the state. Reed ain't no shrimp either.
That's true. Swing and a miss. Fire out in front of that one. A little change up there. Took some speed off of it. Cody Bochelle on the hill for Bishop Snyder, a Tennessee commit.
There we go. Running
chopper
out
toward the shortstop.
Running
with
out
a high
10.
hop.
Running out 10. That's safe. Oh,
yeah. Nice looking play out there by Trip Hanna. And he's an Oklahoma State commit. So 6-3, one down, and now Hampton Newman. He's the designated hitter tonight. He's batting for Dylan Green, who gets to start in center field. We talked about this earlier in the year. It's tough to come off that bench. I mean, you're not playing defense.
it is.
You just kind of got to keep yourself into the ball game. Fouls the first pitch off. Took a healthy cut at it. You know, you don't see this type delivery very often.
You don't.
And especially from a lefty. And he's ready to go back to work, man. As soon as he gets that baseball, ready to bring it. Inside, there's ball one. Tyler Watson waits on deck. Hunter Watson hadn't been able to play all this year. He's out for the whole baseball
Yeah,
season.
rehabbing. He's coming along strong, though. Getting better, getting healthier.
Yeah, got a good attitude. Been helping out
great,
here any way he can.
He has. Great teammate.
He's just-
Getting bigger, put on some good weight.
Yeah.
So once he gets back healthy, he's going to have a great senior year.
Looking forward to that. They're swinging a miss, and that's out number 2 here in the inning. And now Tyler Watson comes to the plate. And Tyler also had a big year last year, and looking for big things from him.
He did. Had a really great year. Defensive end. Plays with a high motor. Smart, too. Very, very smart player on the field. Same thing with baseball. Just he understands the game. Very talented pitcher, first baseman. He's played some. I know he's played some catcher in the past. I haven't seen him much this year, but very, very all around good player.
Well, you got Bonds and you got Moran.
On the outside there, Blue.
Usually, if the catcher doesn't hold on to it, they'll give you that one.
You would think.
It did cross the plate.
Must be some of those Jacksonville officials here.
You think Bishop Snyder brought him? Outside, there's ball 2. Yeah, they don't. It's not like football where they come and give you a lineup of officials up in the press box. So.
You know, sometimes that's like the worst part of my night on Friday nights is getting that card and just running down and seeing how bad the crew is.
And you can usually tell just what association they're from.
Absolutely.
That'll tell you a whole
As
bunch.
soon as they start walking on the field, you already know what time it is.
Yeah.
I was hoping to see old Jamie Fike out here tonight.
He was out here.
Fike does a lot of games.
Yeah, he does. We've seen him in
The
game
rooster.
or 2. That's fouled away. You're not going to say anything bad about the umpires.
No, I hadn't talked bad about him.
Okay.
Not Fike, at least.
So at least one of them's all right. And that's going to be out of play as well. Watson hanging in there. Grayson Green would be next, but there are 2 down.
Fike's problem up between him and old Frank Allen. You know, Frank, on top of all his athletic director duties, he's also there we go, way to get a base.
Got a base runner.
He's also a umpire.
Yeah.
Now batting number 32.
Yeah, and I didn't even know he could see straight. So,
Come on, baby.
no, I'm kidding. He's our athletic director, and he does a great job. And I don't need to talk bad about him. He'll lock me out. I mean, he does have the keys to everything right here.
You hear him quite a bit on Friday nights, don't you, up there in the box?
He gets a little vocal time to time. He's a big baseball fan.
That's probably because I don't have my headsets on. He's yelling.
Yeah.
From the top down.
Well, you do a little yelling on the field from what I've heard.
Every now and then. Every now and then.
I just
I try to keep a lid on it, but
we were told not to have
the
a
lid comes
microphone
off.
too close to you during the live action.
It's a very smart choice.
And there's another timeout. They want
How many visits do we get here?
to talk to the pitcher. We get one per inning before you have to make a change. And this is going to be a whole infield getting together. Hey, call the outfield in here. They probably feel left out.
Let's bring the whole dugout.
Get them all in here. Oh, my goodness. Hey, congratulations to the Swany girls weightlifting team. How about that? 4 state championships in a row.
No, we didn't win it all this year.
I thought they won it all. That's what it said. Well, some online. I went and looked it up.
You can't believe everything.
They said they won the state championship. What are you saying? They didn't win it
this year? We finished. I forget what. Place we finished at the state meet. Now I had a great year, but we didn't win state this year.
I think they won it in 1A.
I can call the coach real quick. I know him, Coach Marcy.
Yeah, you may know this a little bit.
He's probably in the way.
Well, we'd like you to straighten that out. Just text him real quick. And
We'll get this right there.
my goodness.
Oh, Fike. See, Fike's listening.
Is that right?
He is.
Well, appreciate you tuning in. All right, Green will dig back in there. There's the 1-0. And that's in there for a call strike. Well, when they do call meeting at the mound, they get their attention. Comes back just wheeling and dealing. Watson with his lead at first base. There's a pitch to the plate, and that's outside. 2-1.
What was your position in baseball growing up?
Second base. I played a lot of positions. I was catcher when I was in Little League because I was the only one brave enough to get back there. I played some outfield and but second base.
What was your favorite position?
As I got older, I liked the outfield.
Yeah.
When you're young, everybody wants to be in the infield. So
All the action.
I wasn't quick enough, didn't have a strong enough arm for shortstop or third base. There's Kyler
that's
going.
cool.
There's the throw down, and
No way.
they say he caught him on the
Holy cow.
tag. Wow, I'd like to see a replay of that. I thought he slid in
I
there,
think
but
we challenged that one.
he's not going to argue it.
Go
So
Billy.
he nailed him at second base. And that's going to do it for the Suwannee Bulldogs in their half of the second after 2. It's Bishop Snyder 2 and Suwannee nothing. It's Bulldog Baseball on RiverCountrySports.com.
All right, hey, Bulldog fans. When you're hungry, we can satisfy that appetite at Beef O'Brady's of Live Oak. Come dine with us during, before, or after the ball game. We feature big screen TVs, so you won't miss any of the big events. At Beef O'Brady's, check out our game room featuring pool tables and games for the kids. Stop by Beef O'Brady's for some good food, good sports, and good games.
Josh Anderson here from Wayne Fryer Live Oak. I'm inviting you to come tour the best built manufactured homes on the market. Choose from 2x6 exterior walls, upgrade insulation, vinyl plank flooring, shiplap accent walls, barn doors, tile showers, and so much more. All our homes come with deliver and setup, AC, steps, and skirting. And at Wayne Fryer Live Oak, homes start at just $69.9. If you've always wanted to own your own home, now is the time at Wayne Fryer, US 90 West, Live Oak, or visit us online at WayneFryerHome.com.
Bulldog Baseball on RiverCountrySports.com. Coach, I really appreciate you doing this game tonight. Now, for those that don't know, I just offered you play-by-play for the middle innings, and you passed on it.
Well, sometimes you don't want to fix anything that's not broke. You've been doing this for 35, 40 years.
A couple of years.
I hate to interrupt it.
Yeah. No, well, I had Matt Campbell help, and he did some middle innings, and then Hunter Abercrombie did some middle innings, but then
Okay, I may have to do it then if Hunter did.
Well, then I had Andy Day up here, and he didn't want to do it. Now, and you said, no, you're doing a good job.
If I'm following the steps of Andy Day, then I'm in a good crack.
Right.
We do have some clarification.
If you could throw in an oh my, it would have you helped.
Oh, we'll get that.
Okay.
We'll get that.
Clarification.
Girls weightlifting.
Okay.
Third of both categories, Olympic and traditional, by 1 point. So we didn't win it, but we were top 3.
That just goes to show you can't believe everything you see on Facebook. And doggone, it did say that they won it, and I've been bragging about it. I even said it on the Diamond Dog podcast that they won it, and Coach Moran didn't correct me.
It's a good pub for the girls weightlifting.
Yeah. Well, Swany strong.
They'll be back strong next year.
Here we go. All right, Trip Hanna starts it off here in the third inning for Bishop Snyder. And there's ball one to him. Grayson Green still on the hill for the Suwannee Bulldogs. He's the only lefty that Swany has on the staff.
Ooh.
Right up the middle. That'll be a base hit. And that's the second base hit for that young man. 2 for 2 on the night. Cowboys are proud out there in Oklahoma.
Now batting number 11.
Kristen Silver to the plate now.
You know, if we had some way to call in, we could do a little Bulldog trivia here. Who was the Bulldog that went and played for the Oklahoma State baseball team? Do you remember?
Fly ball toward right field, drifting foul and just foul, out of play. And so that'll be a foul ball. Chambliss, was it? I can't remember.
Chambliss was a no.
I don't know. You're asking me a question I don't have the answer to. Wait a minute. Well, what's the prize?
First person to text me with the correct answer.
You brought trivia tonight.
I know. We'll go lunch on Coach Hall. We'll go
anywhere?
Anywhere within a block of the school.
You're eating at Robbie's. There's a throw over to first base.
They have great burgers.
They do, actually.
They do.
Home of the big fish sandwich.
Let's see if anybody's answers.
0-1. Green's pitch toward Lopez.
Oh.
And can't handle that. It was a hot shot. Well, he tried to come up with it, but could not. What are you scoring that? Is that a single or an error? Probably should have come up with it.
Yeah.
That was a tough hop, though.
It was. Got to get in front of him.
It was the third error in the ball game for Swany. First and second, nobody down. And now Elias Amaya.
Well, Jamie Fike is the winner.
Is that right?
Houston Morrell.
There's your answer.
There it is. Fike,
you owe him a lunch.
Let me know, brother.
You said the 406, didn't you?
That's above my pay.
Squares the bunt. Pulls
get
back.
some of the fried green tomatoes.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, Houston, man, he was a heck of an athlete. He was here my first year, and he played spring ball. Okay. He didn't play in the fall, but he played spring. Man, he had the most savvy of any kid out there. Was always around the ball, just a heck of an athlete.
Again, squared the bunt, but pulled back. So 2-0 quickly to count here on Mamaya. Looks down at his coach. We're gonna try to bunt again. Gets his sign. Now steps in the box. Green from the stretch. And it's pitch in there. There goes the runner to third base. The throw.
Got him. Oh.
Not going to be in time. Got underneath the throw. So
great throw, though.
Double steal. And a little bit of a equipment adjustment there for the Swany catcher. Second and third now, and 3-0 on the batter. The first base now open. Swany already behind in this ball game, 2-0. Really need to hold them here to give yourself any kind of a chance in this one.
Well, that's the thing. We just need to hang around. You know, we knew what we were facing coming into the game with a great pitcher. You know, very talented team.
That is for sure.
Errors have led to their run, so it's not been so much of what they have done. You know, so we just need to hang around.
And there's ball 4, and they're loaded up. And for Green, that is his 1-2 third walk issued.
You got a pitch count on Green?
He's thrown a bunch. I don't have a pitch count. I'm guessing that probably going to be his last inning here. And I'm hoping he makes it through the third.
Touch a base here. Touch a base.
Tanner Upton Now the batter. Base is full of Cardinals. And now a quick timeout by Bonds. Going to go out there and talk to his battery mate. Got a text there from my son. My grandson made lasagna.
That's what I'm talking about.
Sent me a picture of that.
And nothing like good old Italian, like
Yeah.
old lasagna.
Yeah, the whole family has to comment on that. So this is going to take a few minutes.
Are you a big cook?
Am I a big cook?
Yeah.
If it's on the grill,
So you're the grill master.
I am a grill master.
What's your go-to?
Well, I mean, anything on the grill, hamburgers, hot dogs, steaks, ribs, chicken.
Ooh, little ribs.
Gonna make a pitching change here.
We got
See who comes in here. As Green is gonna trot off, and who are we gonna trot out here? If I get his number real quick. I'm gonna put you in charge of picking up numbers. So
put my glasses.
Again, these gray uniforms, it's hard to pick up the number. I'm just saying.
Your guess is better than mine, Wayne.
You're a big help.
Let's get Wayne Kelly down there. What number we got here, Wayne?
Is it 16? Okay. Let's hope it's not 16 because I don't have a 16.
16 or 15? We'll get it right one day.
I'm looking at the.
Yeah, what number is that?
Okay, so that's Hampton Newman, is who that is.
Oh, Wayne Kelly called it right.
Okay.
Wayne's on the ones and twos down there.
He's got pretty good eyes.
DJ Wayne.
Hampton Newman will be the new pitcher for Swany. We're leaving Grayson Green here in the third inning, and hopefully he can keep the Cardinals on the bases and not let any runs across the plate. But he comes in a sticky situation here with the bases juiced. Tanner Upton will be the batter.
So, put your coaching hat back on. Back in the rake ball days. What are you telling pitcher when he comes in bases loaded situation? What's your pep talk?
Well, it depends on what point of the game you are. If you obviously here with nobody out, I mean, we would love a strikeout. We would give up a run for a double play, but a little bit early to call the whole infield in, and let's see how they play it. I'm probably going to, at that level, we were just hoping we could get somebody could throw strikes. Let's be honest. But, they get a lot better training than, I was a volunteer back then. Now you're getting guys that know the game, know how to teach the game. And these travel ball teams, man, they're getting good instruction before they ever get to this level.
Almost too much instruction. I mean, there's so much information out there now. Like there can be overload.
Yeah.
But we talked about Hunter earlier. I think he does a great job with fundamentals, teaching the basics, teaching the game. But yeah, there's so much more instruction and details than earlier age nowadays.
No doubt about it. His dad was a heck of a ball coach.
Oh man,
It's
He was
toward
great.
the foul line. Is it going to stay fair? It is.
There we
And
go.
the catch is made. And now here comes the throw. It's going to get to the plate, and a run will score. So a sac fly. Fly out to the left fielder, and Rogers played it just the way you're supposed to. But not much he could do with that runner at third base. So one down in the inning.
Now batting number 15, Paul Dennis.
Sac fly brings in the third run for the Cardinals. First and second, and now Cole Dennis to the plate. Yeah, Tommy Abercrombie was one of the first to really teach fundamentals at that level, and that's why his teams always won championships because he went that extra step. And
Man, he was
Close
so good. There's a picture that Hunter posted on Facebook of the middle school field over there, the Tommy Abercrombie
Oh, yeah.
Memorial Field. He's got his son Ace on the mound,
Yeah.
and it's just a great picture. But Coach A was one of the many great coaches that we had. Back at the middle school level, and you have they're involved in the rec league.
Yeah, he was instrumental in
Oh, man.
getting those fields
He
built.
was.
and,
He was.
No doubt about it. And now we have a jam-up facility, not only here at the high school, but the middle school field is a great facility, and the rec fields.
It is. We've got a great setup at all levels, which again is great for the kids and getting more involvement. And as you had mentioned with the coaches, more guys that are coaching these kids from the time they're rec all the way through. And so the baseball talent pool right now is in a good place. Middle school's got some good talents coming up. So yeah, Suwannee baseball's got some good stuff coming.
Well, I thought for a minute there he went a little too far there on the check swing, but they say no, he didn't. 2-2 count now to Cole Dennis.
Infield in.
And that one gets by the catcher, and this is going to be another run. I got to score that one a pass ball. Runner goes to third. We got a full count now on Dennis. Bond's had a couple of runner steal bases on him. That's pretty rare. And then him to let one get by him. Don't see that very often.
No, you don't. And
ball 4.
yeah, when you play a team like this, like you can't do stuff that gift wrap runs. They're good enough by themselves, so you try not to help them as much as you can. But errors have been an issue so far. But again, we're still early. We got to get out of this one.
Pinch runner comes in to run for Dennis at first base. And now Evan Pieklo. He reached being an error his last trip to the plate. First and third, 2 down now. Or check that, just 1 down. And to the right side, pitcher fields cleanly. Another run will score. And there's the put out.
All right.
Runner at second base now. 3 runs in the inning.
Now batting number 7, Jackson Perry.
Jackson Perry at the plate. He's the 9-hole hitter. Swing and a miss. He struck out looking back in the second inning. Facing Hampton Newman.
Good pitch. Good pitch. There we go.
Newman's third appearance here for the Bulldogs. And no ERA coming into this one.
Make a
There's
play.
a fly
Make
ball.
a play. Make a play.
Colton charges,
we
makes
go.
the catch, and that's going to do it for the Cardinals. And they're half
down
of the third inning, but they score 3. They add to their total now 5-0. It's Bishop Snyder leading Swany here on RiverCountrySports.com. Everybody's always claiming to offer the top insurance, the lowest rate, blah, blah, blah. Well, cut the game and go to the Jeff Tippins Insurance Agency. Jeff is an independent agent, meaning he can shop around to get you the best price for the coverage you need. With access to major carriers like Auto Owners, Progressive, Travelers, and Mercury, stop with those cold 800 numbers. Discover the personal difference with the Jeff Tippins Insurance Agency. US 129 North in Live Oak. Call 364-2886 or visit JeffTippinsInsurance.com.
Do you need tree service? Morgan Tree and Debris provides you with quality and affordable tree service in Live Oak and surrounding communities. Morgan Tree and Debris is a full service and tree company. Tree trimming, tree removal, firewood, stump grinding, storm cleanup, debris removal. Contact Morgan Tree and Debris at 386-249-0472. That's Morgan Tree and Debris, 386-249-0472 for all of your tree service needs.
Bulldog Baseball here on RiverCountrySports.com as Blues Traveler plays in the background. turn this up.
It's a great turn. Well done. Well done, Wayne. Well done, DJ Wayne.
Yeah. He does do a good job here with the PAs.
Wayne Kelly's the man.
No doubt about it.
He is the man.
All right, Swany needs to get some offense going, leading 5-0 or the Bishop Snyder Cardinals. Swany coming to bat here in the third inning, bottom of the third. Grayson Green to lead things off. Still facing this Tennessee commit.
Let's get a little rally going here. Let's get the bats going. Top of the lineup.
Green was at the dish when Kyler Watson got caught stealing second base. Take strike one there.
I spoke wrong. It's not top of the lineup.
He was strike. Well, I mean, I had the girls winning a 4 straight weightlifting title, so I mean,
It all balances out now.
I did read that. I mean, I didn't make it up. So,
Was it this year that you read it? Pretty sure.
well, maybe somebody reposted it from last year. Maybe that's what happened. But it said 4-time state champion, or at least that's what I thought I read. Now I'm not sure at all. Fly ball center field, and going to be a can of corn.
A little can of corn.
So 1 down in the inning. Struck it well, but right at the center fielder.
Now batting.
Boys weightlifting is underway. They won their invitational this past weekend, Olympic and traditional. Coach Marson does a great job.
Hopefully, we've got every lineman, every linebacker.
They're there.
Okay,
The linemen they've been getting after it.
getting stronger.
Great group coming back with those guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting this year in football. Looking forward to it as always. It was down and away, 1-1 count. What are you thinking? I mean, I know it's early. Spring ball hadn't even rolled around, but
It's right around the corner.
what's the preseason feelings?
Well, anytime your offensive line is back, we had Ramirez and Big Will Brown, our 2 graduating seniors. The core is back, and we've got a couple other guys coming up. Holden Mantooth has really had a great offseason.
Sykes is coming back.
Sykes is back.
Okay.
Got some guys experienced in the backfield. Lou Jack, look for him to have a big year.
Is he healthy?
He is.
Good.
He ended up that injury was not as serious as we thought it was, so that was great news. But, he's lifting weights, running track. Freddie Cooks has had an incredible offseason. You're going to see Freddie kind of in the similar role that you saw MJ. So you're going to see him in the backfield. You're going to see him out at wide receiver. Coy is another one that you're going to see all over the field as well. So it's always good to have that experience with your quarterback and your lineman coming back. Receivers, we're going to have some youth in some spots. Defensive line, you got the Watsons that are coming back and got a few interior pieces. Linebackers is where, that's still an area where we're not going to be extremely experienced. But I do like some of those young guys coming up.
3-2. Oh, Cook's going to play some offense this coming in.
Yeah. He's we had a 7-on-7 a couple weeks ago, and we put him out at receiver and looked really good. I mean, he's long. He can run. He's gotten stronger in the weight room. His body weight has gotten up. He dropped probably 5 or 6 tenths off his 100 time from last year. So you see a lot of gains with these guys, which is what you want to see this time of year.
Heck of a battle going on out there. Colton Rogers now flies to center field and 2 cans of corn in a row. But that was a heck of a battle there. Made Bochelle throw a lot of pitches.
Now batting number 8.
Yeah, look at
Now we're at the top of the lineup, Wayne.
right now at the top of the lineup, and Noah Lopez. And Lopez, man, I tell you what, he and Sykes kind of had good chemistry going last year, so hope to see that continue. And saw Cooks at running back, but excited to see him at receiver this year.
Yeah, and he was primarily defense last year, which I thought he, from the beginning of the season, to the end, I thought he really grew as a safety, as a physical player. I mean, we were so sophomore heavy at times last year. I remember in defense we had at times 8 or 9 sophomores.
But these are guys that have now been through it.
That's right.
So that can only
You got to
help.
go through the fire.
Yeah.
Get a start. It'll open just a bit outside.
Still have nightmares at that Gabi game.
You know what? We were having a great night until
Somebody had to bring that up.
I still haven't watched the film.
Well, I have watched it, and it was aggravating.
Yeah, I got to watch it at some point. We'll break it down. But yeah, that was it's a tough one. But to get on base, Logan, get on base now.
Yeah. Free pass once again. Second walk for Noah Lopez. So he's at first base. Now Jace Moran to the plate. Remember, this game started with Lopez and Moran both getting on base.
That's
first
right.
2 hitters, but we left them stranded out there. Strikeout and then a double play ball. Outside. So
You know, we're due for a big shot, Wayne. We're due for a big shot right over Suwannee Valley Electric. Which they?
Tom Daniels was calling this game. You know, everything went over the Sports Connection sign back in. I don't care where it was hit. It could be a foul ball. It was over the Sports Connection sign.
I saw Tom getting the steps in at the rec department about a week or 2 ago.
We'll have to get him up here to do a game.
Absolutely.
Love to have him on the call one of these games. Now, we used to do on radio, and he would do the middle innings play-by-play, and I do the first 2 and the last 2. Coach wanted a little clarification over there in the Snyder
A
dugout.
little bit more clarification now. I don't think
Be
Blue
careful he
appreciated
doesn't
that.
get. Yeah,
Don't give him a warning, Blue. Just send
Yeah.
it to the
No.
bus. Send him on to the
I
bus.
mean, he will ring you up. I'd be careful with
I'm a
that,
fan. Come on.
especially with a 5-0 lead.
I
I mean,
like it, Blue.
what could he have to complain about then?
See, we didn't talk all bad about the Blues.
No, 3-0. I mean, he probably can. You know, the only thing you can ask for these umpires is that they're consistent, and so far they have been.
That's it.
The calls have been pretty
'Cause
consistent.
that's one job I would never want to do.
Yeah, I've done a little umpire at the Babe Ruth level. There's ball 4, and it's not an easy job.
Nope.
The game I remember because I was running the league back then, and so we had a Babe Ruth game. That's a senior league game. It was 13-15, and we're trying to get an umpire because we didn't have the guys who are supposed to be there show up. So I'm begging everybody that I can find, and nobody will do it. And finally, I have to realize I'm going to have to be the umpire. So I don't even have a couple. I mean,
You're a brave soldier.
yeah. So I'm back there, and that was my biggest concern that night. The first pitch of the game. This is after begging the whole crowd. First pitch of the game.
See, that's
Come on.
that's why I would never do it because I don't know if I could take all the chirping from the stands. As a coach, you kind of have to take it, but as a rec ball official, I don't know if I have to take it.
Yeah, as a volunteer that
Yeah.
night, I wasn't even getting paid.
Yeah, so I'm gonna steer clear. So
Ball
as much
one.
as I talk about the officials, I got a lot of respect for what they do.
Great.
It's not easy.
Racing Bonds at the plate. It is not easy, and football is not easy. I mean, you can make a call every play if you want to call holding, and all you're asking for again, even in football, you want consistency.
Hey, that's outside. That
Call
was
it the same
yeah,
way.
Yeah, a little inconsistent call there. We were one big swing in the bat from being right back in this game, Wayne.
Yes, we are. 5-0
Bonds
Snyder.
could do it.
It was a big swing, but back to the screen. Ball and 2 strikes. Bond's a 3-hole hitter, and we could use a big pickup here. And he's had a good season.
He
He's
has.
got the lead as far as batting average on this team.
There it is. There it
Base
is.
hit. That's going to drop in front of the
Turn,
left
come on, go.
fielder. Here comes
Ooh,
the throw
gotta
to
get
the
out.
plate.
You
It's
gotta
going to be
get out.
awfully close. He's in there.
Nice, that a boy.
There went the Snyder shutout as Noah
There it
Lopez
is.
comes across the score. Jace
Atta
Moran
boy,
ends up at
Bonds.
second, and Bonds with an RBI single.
Gabe Garcia.
I think we got another visit coming.
And this may be a pitching change. It looks like the
He's a little aggravated.
still
or something.
talking to the umpire, and they're having a bit of a beef out there.
At some point, you got to say enough is enough.
I'd love to be able to hear what they're talking about.
Can somebody find out what we're talking about now?
We got a boom mic, but it's not that strong.
Where's Frank? Is Frank around?
He's here somewhere, roaming the grounds.
Jeff Watson down there. You can go find out.
5-1 is your score right now. Swany back in this game, but I'll tell you what, Coach has a bit of a beef down there. We do. We've had good crowds out here, but you know, one thing you got to say about the Swany sports fans,
they're gonna show up.
They support their team. And,
You know,
this is a little bit
It's taking up a lot of time.
surprising that you'd have this long of a conversation, because usually Blue is a little shorter on the conversation there.
I mean, can we get a sideline warning like they throw on us in football? I mean,
Yeah,
he's still aggravated.
yeah, he's not happy about something.
He's coming back from. Come on now.
I have no idea what it is. You know, the
fans,
fans are starting to give it to him just a little bit.
Give it to him. Sit him down.
So,
Get,
Coach,
put him back on the bus early.
just had a little
Go talk to
bit
the
of a
bus
beef.
driver.
And
I think he's just. There's got to be a delay of game. What are we doing?
now
I think he's
going
just buying time for his pitcher. I
going
think
to
that's
the
all
mound
he's doing.
here. And
We got a
looks
little
like
switch
he's
up.
going to make a switch here.
I think he was just buying time, trying to figure out what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
But the Dogs are on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they are. And they're not finished yet. The inning still continues once we get back to live action. But Bishop Snyder taking their time out.
He's put the rally caps on. If you're listening at home, put the rally cap on.
Just turning the hat around backwards. Gabe Garcia waits patiently.
So while we're waiting for Coach to get off the field, best baseball movie.
Oh, it's got to be Major League.
First one, correct?
That's my favorite.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. With Euchre and Willie Mays Hayes. And that's just a classic.
It is good.
I could watch that again.
Anytime it's on, you got to watch it.
Yeah. That's my favorite. There's been some serious movies, baseball movies, but I like the commons. Now we miss high. Gabe Garcia at the plate now. Runners at first and second. We got 2 outs in the inning. 1 run across for the Dogs this inning. And Grayson Bond's RBI single. Pitch, swing and a miss.
Big swing.
Garcia transferred in here from Hamilton County. Does he play any football?
He did over there. I sure hope he plays it here. He's a big athletic kid, can run.
Yeah,
brothers are great athletes. I mean, they're a very talented family. Great kid.
And with the movement with players now, you look out and there's Columbia, and I'm looking at our tight end playing baseball for them, and Hamilton County's looking at their shortstop and ace pitcher playing over here.
It's crazy.
It is. It's the Wild West. 3-1 count here on Gabe Garcia. We could use base runners. If he walks in, that'll load him up. And there's ball.
There we go.
Bases are full of Bulldogs. Garcia to first.
Come on, 10.
Now batting number 10.
Bonds to second. Moran at third base, and the batter's going to be Coy Fryer. We have not had a grand slam so far this year.
No, we have not.
This would be a good place for one.
We're going to whoop it up here in the box if he is a grand slam, just to let you know. We're going to whoop it up.
I would sure love to see that. Coy Fryer waits. There's the pitch, swing and a miss. Boy, he took a home run cut.
I like it. Be aggressive. Let's go, 10.
He missed it by a bunch, but he took a cut at that one. Gets himself ready once again. Big lefty deal.
Boy, he's great.
Back to back. Fryer come up with the right idea.
Yep.
Just takes one swing of the bat, though. 0-2 count on Fryer. And goes down swinging. But Swany got a run. It's now 5-1 is your score. Bishop Snyder leading Swany at Swany Baseball and RiverCountrySports.com. Your trusted local real estate partner in Live Oak, Grantham Realty, for all your real estate needs in North Florida. With over 20 years experience, they're more than just a real estate agency. They're your friends and neighbors, dedicated to serving this vibrant community. So whether you're buying or selling, you can trust Grantham Realty to provide solutions that fit your needs. At Grantham Realty, you'll be treated as a friend, not a number. Contact their friendly team today. Grantham Realty, 386-362-7080. Swany Baseball here on RiverCountrySports.com. Got somebody interested in advertising, man.
Oh, Tyler Alcorn.
Oh, Tyler. Well, Tyler, just give me a call tomorrow. We'll get that hooked up. That's one of my ex-players. He played back in the day.
Yes, he did. We grew up playing together.
Tyler's one of my stars
Yeah.
now back in those days.
Oh, Alcorn was tough now.
Tough catcher.
Yes, he was.
And Trey Hancock on the mound.
Yep.
Good pitcher. You just never knew about him, though.
Old Trey.
If he was focused, man, he could bring it.
Those are great days.
Those were fun days. You know, the thing with those were the days, you didn't know they were the days when they were the days.
Absolutely.
When you look back. But, yeah, we can hook Tyler up.
Now, 35 years later.
Yeah. Well,
Now batting number 3, Josh Murray.
well, Swany got him a run. My wife texts us. She's got her rally cap on.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, swing and a miss there. Top of the order here, Josh Murray.
Is she a Canes fan, too?
She is. You had to sign
By
a contract
marriage?
in my
Okay.
family.
It
Yeah.
had to be by marriage.
Well,
'cause
she
there's
comes
not.
from California.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was one of the stipulations. Sign here
What part of California?
from Concord, California, up in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Oh, so she's northern. Okay.
But she had enough sense to get out of that state and come down here to God's country. So, felt like I saved her. The off-speed pitch hit toward the shortstop and clean play by
Okay.
Garcia and one down. Yeah, we met way back when California was a little bit sane back in those days.
So what you're saying is you would never go and live in California.
Well, not with the taxes and the crazy
No
policies
doubt.
they have right now. No, but it's a beautiful state and some
It
great
is.
people. That is for sure. Cody Bochelle comes to the plate. Posing pitcher.
What is all that? What are we doing dancing in the box?
He's trying out for the Savannah Bananas.
They a little sweet chin music right here. A little high and tight.
Newman's pitch.
Oh.
How about outside?
We were just a bit outside.
Speaking of Major League. Yeah. My favorite part of that movie is when he's looking for the sponsor of the post-game show.
Yeah.
And he can't find him. He says, oh, hell, nobody's listening anyway.
There's so many great lines
Classic
in that
line,
movie.
yeah. Oh, there were. 1-1 count. Newman's pitch. Oh, boy. Just a bit outside once again. We just lost him.
Yes, we did.
Bob Euchre was a bunch of
What a
fun.
legend.
Yeah. A bunch of fun to listen to. King of the one-liners. Outside again, 3-1. O'Shell walked back in the first inning and grounded out in the second, batting here in the fourth. And that's ripped into right field. That's a base hit. Fire will hit his cutoff man and hold him at 1. Good piece of hitting there by the opposing pitcher. And now here's another headache for Swany. He's been on base twice, scored twice. He's 2 for 2 on the night. Trip Hannah. Newman to the plate. And that one slides in there for a called strike. Good looking pitch there. That started well inside.
Yeah, it did.
Newman has his sign. Now he's ready to go. Inside and high.
See, that's the pitch that I was hoping for at the previous battle when you got in
Yes.
there dancing. You don't do that.
He hit a lefty up, though. He's wrong side of the plate. Well, you call it a chin music.
Yeah, a little sweet chin. You
Just wake him up a little
brush
bit.
it back a little bit.
Yeah.
And if he happens to get hit by it,
Yeah,
whatever.
We hate that. 1-1.
Oh,
That one just about
that
did get
not
him.
hit him.
2-1 count. They tell you in baseball now, you remember from your playing days, if you do get hit, you're not supposed to rub it.
That's what they say.
That's tough.
That's what they say.
And tears are forming, and you're not going to let anybody know.
I remember Remember Brandon Holly?
Oh, yeah.
He was huge. Like, he was bigger than everybody back in rec league. And I remember he hit me. You would have talked about the tears.
I remember one practice, and this was before the rec fields. We were out at the old softball field on Duval.
Yep.
And, it was a dirt infield.
Yeah.
And I was showing you guys how to get in front of a foul. I had jeans on that day, thank goodness. Anyway, I had a ball pop up, caught me. I mean, big old, big bruise, man, big old raspberry. And I wasn't going to let you guys know it, but it hurt, man. And I got home and couldn't hardly walk.
You cried when you got the car.
Yes, I did. But you kids weren't going to know about that. Hey, that's how you do it. And I did keep it in front of me. So, oh man, that's the truth. I'd have never told you that years ago. But
You know, it's crazy how we remember stuff like that from that long ago. But can't remember what we did last week.
Can't remember what I had for breakfast. And there's the 3-2 pitch, and it's going to be ball four.
I mean, what we just got a little bit too much extra for my liking here. We're doing some dancing and showboating. So are you a traditionalist? Like, so nowadays you see the bat flips and all the stuff. Like,
act like you've been here before.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate it as far as, if you're watching guys who are fooling around just playing backyard ball, but
Right.
go out here playing high school baseball, act like you've done it before.
Correct.
Lay that bat down, trot around the bases. I love seeing excitement out here.
Yeah, be excited, celebrate with your teammates. But yeah. Which the individualism is trying to show up in so many sports nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Starting at the high school level and working up.
In football, sometimes they go too far and want to throw that flag for celebration. I mean, if you scored a touchdown and you're celebrating your teammates, I mean, leave them alone.
Leave them alone. Celebrate with your teammates all you want to.
It's a different story if you're out there, hot dogging or something. So, apparently, we're making a
got Lopez
here.
I think I got that one right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Lopez.
So he'll become the third pitcher for Swany. Just tuning in, Grayson Green got the start, then Hampton Newman, followed by now Noah Lopez coming in and taking over. So who's going to second base? Is that Hampton going to second base? One thing at a time here, right? You want the binoculars?
Well, you got Coy, Garcia, Green, and Jace. So Green's been at first.
No, Watson's been at first, and Green's been out in center field. Dylan Green. And Coy Fryer could be coming into play.
Yeah, Coy's coming in. Yeah.
So they're making wholesale changes.
I think Grayson's at first now.
Is that right?
We'll find out here.
They got me on confused.
At least they're gathered there at the mound.
Yeah. Well, and you can recognize them outside of their numbers. I got to see those numbers.
That's true.
You see,
I still can't see the numbers.
Yeah, well,
they're right there.
We do know Noah Lopez will be the new pitcher. Let me see if I can get some stats on him real quick.
Here's Grayson Green at first.
Noah Lopez on the year has no record, 0-0. ERA is 5.83. And let's see, he has walked 5, struck out 8 on the young season. 6 innings pitched. They've given up 4 hits.
Now batting number 11, Tristan Silver.
All right, so give me that defense again. You got
Green at first.
Grayson Green.
Yep. Boy at second. Garcia's still at short. And Jace is at third.
And who's out in right field?
No, you didn't ask.
Well, Coy Fryer's come to second base. Tristan Silver, the batter. There's ball 1.
There might be Kyler Watson to right.
Okay.
Don't quote me on it.
Well, I'm writing it in.
Let's see who's listening down there with the headset. Nobody's got the headsets on down there.
2-0 count here to the batter. Runners at first and second. One down in the inning. There's a pickoff move to second base. Garcia covered it. Pitch is low. Quickly 3-0 from Lopez. Got to throw some strikes here.
No, Lopez pretty new to the mound. Didn't do a whole lot of pitching last year, but he told me going into the year he was gonna get some action.
Seen him pitch earlier this year, looked pretty good, but here he walks the batter on 4 pitches, and so that's going to load him up. One down, and Elias Mamea will come to the plate, and going to the mound, going to be Coach Moran. And he wants
Making the switch.
the whole infield to come in here. He's going to make a
Jason
switch
gonna be up.
after one batter. Wow. That's a quick switch there. So I have to set the lineup once again as Jace Moran will come in to pitch.
So Lopez, if I had to guess, is going to go to second. And Coy is going to go to third.
Okay. That's what I would do.
I could be wrong though.
Well, Coy has played first time I'd seen him at second, but I've seen him just about every position. Coy is one of those utility players. So I'm going to put Noah back at second base. And so this is the defense I've got. I've got Moran at the pitching mound.
Yep.
Bonds behind the plate. Grayson Green at first. Noah Lopez at second. Gabe Garcia at short. Coy Fryer now at third. Colton Rogers in left field. Dylan Green in center. And Kyler Watson over in right field is what I've got.
Yep. If anybody could confirm the outfield with the binoculars, we'd appreciate it. Well, you got them down there.
I do.
That's what I'm talking about.
I do have binoculars. We just got to dig them out here.
Bet you had to use those this year when you were trying to find some Hurricane defense on the field.
I never did find any. Binoculars weren't strong enough. But as long as they were state champs. We didn't do much after that, but
They were.
Miami Hurricanes were state champs this last year.
Quarterback's probably going to be a top 3 pick.
I think he's going to be the top pick.
You think so?
That's what I'm hearing. And, of course, we got a transfer kid coming in this next year. We got to get him healthy, but kid from Georgia.
Georgia, yeah.
Yeah.
Carson Beck.
I hear he and
He's had an unlucky run of vehicles, though. He's had 1 or 2 vehicles stolen down there already. What you got out there, Wayne?
well, I don't yet. It looks like, yeah, that's Kyler.
It's a good call by me. Great name, too.
All right, that was confirmed. Good work there with the binoculars. And now ready to get back at it. As Moran will dig in as the pitcher now.
Let's go here, Jace.
And there's first pitch.
Good pitch. There we go.
Strike one.
Another very talented young player. Seen it first, short, catcher. I think he's played every spot on the infield.
Yeah, he can play anywhere.
Yeah. Great talent.
No doubt. Tried to get the batter to chase that one. A nice job that time. Give Bonds credit for getting out there and keeping that runner at third base. Catcher's that Iron Man position.
Yeah, it is.
You get Bonds out there playing football.
I know. He played. Yeah, he would.
How much recruiting do you do? That was a good looking off speed pitch. Do you do recruiting in the hallways, trying to get kids to come out?
I do. Football, though, it's hard to convince somebody to play football.
Chopper to third
there we
base.
go.
He's going to
Good
come to the plate and gets the out there and doubles him up at first. How about
Big
that
play.
defense?
Big play.
Good looking play, double play, and that gets Swany out of the jam. It's still 5-1. Swanee's offense. Let's see if they can get fired up here. 5-1 your score. Cardinals over the Bulldogs on rivercountrysports.com.
Rapid Fiber Internet's locally owned and operated, powered by Suwannee Valley Electric Co-op. Our local employees are dedicated to providing a world-class customer experience to each of our Suwannee Valley Electric members. Make the switch today to Rapid Fiber Internet's 100% fiber to the home internet system. To learn more about Rapid Fiber Internet, visit rapid-fiber.com. Again, that's rapid-fiber.com or call 866-64-RAPID.
Hey Bulldogs, let the UPS Store of Live Oak handle all of your packing and shipping needs. The UPS Store of Live Oak also offers mailboxes, printing, faxing, scanning. We also offer notary services and shredding services as well. Stop by your local UPS store. There's help in here. Real help.
The UPS Store, located at 6824 Swany Plaza Lane, Live Oak, Florida.
Swany Baseball here on rivercountrysports.com. Want to send a big Bulldog shout out to the folks at Danceology. They want the Bulldogs to remember to play with heart and determination. They say, dogs, you got this. Danceology on Helveson Street in Live Oak. Give them a call at 386-590-0535. That's 590-0535. Danceology, supporting Swany Baseball here on rivercountrysports.com. Got the boys back in town playing. Can you tell me who sings this? Did you hit me with trivia early?
Let's do a call in.
That's Thin Lizzy.
Great tunes,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Once again.
Number 16, Hampton Newman.
I was talking to Coach Moran. I said, man, you really play some good music at the ballpark. I appreciate the old rock and roll. And he said, well, that's what I like. And so that was the greatest music ever made in that era.
Agreed.
Really?
Yeah.
Fouled away.
That's better than nowadays music.
Well, that's my
Which isn't
opinion.
saying a whole lot.
Yeah,
But
that's right. Hampton Newman starts it off here for the Swany Bulldogs. Ooh. Inside and low. Moshell has pitched a whale of a game thus far. Swany trying to get to him here in the fourth inning. Fouled away. Good thing that screen.
did you flinch?
Not that time. I have before. Yeah, I'm glad for that net. And
Check swing. Did it go?
yeah, no, he went. He knew he went too. One down in the inning.
Now batting
Have had one clear the top of that fence and come in the press box. It's been a few years ago, but it can happen.
Make you hunker down.
Yeah, will. Tyler Watson down the plate. I know I've done some games from up here, and we used to have all kind of sound effects whenever foul ball would, and that's before
Oh,
we'd park over there by the tennis
Yeah.
court. So everybody park here, and you'd have that breaking glass sound
Yep.
effect. Everybody
Ooh.
start getting a little nervous. 0-2 quickly to Watson. Tyler Watson walked and then was caught stealing back at the second. This is the second plate appearance here in the fourth inning. We're going to get away from the catcher. Nobody on base. No foul. No foul. No harm. And Boshell's pitch. That one curved in there. Man, caught him looking. That was a beautiful pitch. I mean, give the pitcher credit on that one. That looked like it was going to be well out of the strike zone, and just had enough movement to get back across the plate. You can see why this kid's recruited by a Division I SEC team.
Now batting number 32, Grayson
Two
Green.
down, and Grayson Green strolls to the plate. Fouls that one off. Strike one. Grayson now the first baseman in this ball game. Got the start as the pitcher. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. Like the Bishop Snyder coach has calmed down. He's getting the calls now.
I think if he comes back out again,
There's 3 up and 3 down, 3 strikeouts.
he's rolling now.
Bochel's getting stronger. It's still 5-1. It's Bishop Snyder leading Swany on RiverCountrySports.com.
When watching the big game, you want pizza. Papa John's Pizza of Live Oak has what you're looking for. Delicious pizza, cooked just the way you like it. From their signature sauce to their toppings, the fresh original dough, plus wings, breadsticks, and more. Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's Pizza, 6852 Swany Plaza Lane in Live Oak. Call for delivery or stop by today.
Everybody's always claiming to offer the top insurance, the lowest rate, blah, blah, blah. Well, cut the game and go to the Jeff Tippins Insurance Agency. Jeff is an independent agent, meaning he can shop around to get you the best price for the coverage you need. With access to major carriers like Auto Owners, Progressive, Travelers, and Mercury, stop with those cold 800 numbers. Discover the personal difference with the Jeff Tippins Insurance Agency. US 129 North in Live Oak. Call 364-2886 or visit JeffTippinsInsurance.com. Suwannee Bulldog Baseball here on RiverCountrySports.com. Congratulations to Coach Vernon Wiggins and the JV team. They got a win this afternoon. JV game played before this one, and I understand they won that ball game over Bishop Snyder JV.
Big win. Coach Wiggins is incredible.
Oh, he's a great coach. Been around here for a long time.
I'm trying to get him back out for football. He keeps teasing, and, he stops by in the hallway and he'll talk some football.
Oh, he's a big sports fan.
Oh,
I remember going to a tournament game down in Gainesville, and Miami was playing, and it had to be 112 degrees in the shade. He's sitting out there, and I looked over, and there's Vernon in the stands, braving it out, man.
Big Gator guy too. Loves the Gators.
Yeah, well,
We'll hold that against him.
And this wasn't Florida playing. I mean, he was watching it was a tournament game, NCAA tournament game. Yeah, I think if I remember right, it was Jacksonville.
Okay.
But he's just a big baseball fan. Was there?
He is.
And anyway, the Gators have had an outstanding ball season so far, and rooting for them. I know you're not, but I'm gonna root for them in the NCAA tournament because I have picked them.
Unbelievable.
So I don't want them to bust my bracket.
But you got to be okay if it does get busted.
Yeah.
Did you want to do? Are you a guy that does?
It's down for a hit.
Do you want to do one bracket or do you do multiple?
I normally just do one. And I tell you, the funny thing is, back when I thought I knew sports and knew a little bit more than the average person, my wife made picks, and she
probably had the better pick.
Well, she picked according to the mascots.
The mascots, yeah.
So, it was like, oh, they're the Jets. Well, they could fly over the other team. And she had all these, and she ended up beating me that year. So
I'm about to say that logic is as good as any.
It might as well
March
be.
Madness.
Throw darts.
It is one of the best sporting events of the year, though.
I told her the other day, I said, we go on vacation. And she said, where? And I put a big map up and put it on the wall in the kitchen. And so I said, wherever this dart lands, and that's down the line, that's a fair ball. Snyder's going to be running for a while here. They may get a run in. Rounding third base and coming for home. Now he's going to bring him back to the bag. So it's a stand-up double. And the runner will stop at third. Anyway, put that big map up there in the kitchen. Said wherever I throw this dart, wherever it lands, that's where we're going on vacation. She agreed. So it ends up we're going to spend 2 weeks behind the fridge.
You know what? That's better than some of the jokes I hear on the morning news.
I think I've told that one before, actually. Big hit there by Cole Dennis. Double for him, and stopping at third is Upton. And now they're going to get a pinch runner at second base. And so they'll have second and third, nobody out here. As Bishop Snyder's trying to pour it on. 5-1 right now. Dogs trying to stay in this thing. Evan Piecolo comes to the plate. Infield playing in, trying to keep the score where it is. Thing about bringing that infield in, being a sharp hit ball, it's hard to deal when you're up that height
It
like
is.
that. But you want to keep them scoring another run. So 1-0 count. I don't know where that missed, but it did. 2-0. Dogs need it out here. Rand's pitch that
There
time
we
down
go.
the pipe.
You know, this is the first of a very tough stretch this week. We're at Florida High.
Yeah.
And then we're at North Florida Christian.
Yeah. Got a Saturday game coming up. And, we don't play many day games.
Right. Yeah, 1 o'clock.
But once you get in the postseason, you never know. Squared offered a bunt, but took a ball. And it's 3-1.
What's your thoughts on the best of 3 now?
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Baseball is not a one and done sport.
Exactly.
And so I love
I'm
that
glad that
format,
we're
but I
doing
do understand as you get to the Final Four, then it becomes one and done.
Really?
Yeah.
What sense does that make?
Is it-
Leave it to the Florida High School
Yeah.
associations.
Just mimic what George is doing.
They refuse.
That would be the smart thing.
Refuse.
There's a free pass, and we now have bases full. Nowhere to put them, and Jackson Perry comes to the plate.
Now batting number 7, Jackson Perry.
See if they keep the infield in. Looks like they're going to keep them in here and not go back to double play depth in the middle infield. But it's a force at home plate now that you got the bases juiced. There's the pitch and fouled away. Jace Moran trying to dig Swany out of this hole right now. Bishop Snyder with the bases full and nobody down. Good looking pitch there, strike 2. Top of the 5th inning near a booster field.
Great pitch.
Yeah.
Good 1-9.
Third ball got him. So 1 down in the inning.
Now batting number 3, Josh Murray.
Bishop Snyder is a 2A team. To third base, he'll come to first and let the run score. A little bit surprised he didn't go home and get the force at home plate. That is the second out. But it's also the 6th run across for Bishop Snyder.
Yep.
Runners now at second and third with 2 down and Cody Bochelle. I was just wondering if we had to see these guys in the postseason, but we do not. We're 3A and they're 2A.
Yeah, I thought they were smaller school than us. Good pitch.
2A is loaded up with a lot of private schools.
Yes, they are. Same thing in football as well.
Yeah. But now they instead of 1A, they got the rural division.
Yep.
And most schools that surround us are in that division. Somehow we are not.
We're surrounded.
But yeah, you look at Jasper, Madison,
Yep.
Mayo, Branford. You know, what's funny is back when I started calling Swany football, we were in the same district as Perry and Madison.
Yes.
Back in those days.
Crazy.
And somehow they went down and then we went up in
Yep. I remember that.
classifications. Bochelle heading the count here. It's 3-1 on him. First base is open, but you've got a good hitter right behind him. So
Good pitch. Oh,
didn't get the call there, and there's ball number 4. And now the bases are loaded once again, and Trip Hanna,
Now batting number.
this is the Oklahoma State commit, comes to the plate. And he has had a pretty big night with 2 singles, scored 2 runs, and also walked. So he's 2 for 2 in the night.
Well, he's due for an out. Let's go ahead and get it here.
Called strike on the corner. I tell you what, if Swany could somehow hold this to 1 run, that's a pretty good job. Got him with the off-speed pitch.
And I
0
think
2.
those are things you look for in games like this where it may not be going your way, but you look at just situational baseball of getting out of an inning.
Yeah.
You know, you give up the run, but all right, we got bases loaded, we get out. So just looking for growth in these areas when you're down and just seeing how the players respond.
No question. I mean, the wheels could have come off here.
Yeah.
But they're battling and trying to hold this thing at minimal damage. And if they could get Hanna here, that would be huge. The 1-2 pitch from Moran. Got him. And how about that? He comes
There
in
we
a
go.
tough situation
There we go.
and digs
Got him
out. Yep. May have escaped without a run if we had gone to home plate. But anyway, we'll take just 1 run coming across. 6-1 is your score. Bishop Snyder leading Swany here on RiverCountrySports.com.
Josh Anderson here from Wayne Fryer Live Oak. I'm inviting you to come tour the best built manufactured homes on the market. Choose from 2x6 exterior walls, upgrade insulation, vinyl plank flooring, shiplap accent walls, barn doors, tile showers, and so much more. All our homes come with deliver and setup, AC, steps, and skirting. And at Wayne Fryer Live Oak, homes start at just $69.9. If you've always wanted to own your own home, now is the time. At Wayne Fryer, US 90 West, Live Oak, or visit us online at WayneFryerHome.com.
Do you need tree service? Morgan Tree and Debris provides you with quality and affordable tree service in Live Oak and surrounding communities. Morgan Tree and Debris is a full-service and tree company. Tree trimming, tree removal, firewood, stump grinding, storm cleanup, debris removal. Contact Morgan Tree and Debris at 386-249-0472. That's Morgan Tree and Debris, 386-249-0472 for all of your tree service needs.
Here at the ballpark, and we were sending a get well soon wishes, well wishes out to Josh there at Jasper Auto Parts, and he told me y'all were trying to get a hold of an injury picture of him. But he said he made that mistake once upon a time.
Oh, we've got it. We've got pictures.
Well, y'all need to do the right thing now. Don't blow that up in a big picture and do anything mean. You wouldn't do that, would you?
No. What we did do one year, he had to get some dental work done.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, he took a picture with his front tooth missing and he sent it to us.
Yeah.
And that became a blanket that we gave to our golfing buddies.
Wow. Y'all are a brutal bunch. Tell you what.
It's only the right thing to do.
Friends like that.
Who needs enemies?
Oh, my goodness. He has done a heck of a job up there at the Napa store in Jasper for years.
Yeah, he has.
And, I go in there and it's kind of my place to hang out when I'm up there.
Yep.
And I'll sit there and I'll just wait for somebody to stump him. And I hadn't seen it done yet.
I'm telling you, he could really have a reality show, like of what he deals with on a daily basis and the patience that he has to have.
Yeah.
Good thing he's a preacher man, too.
he's a good fella, good family man.
Absolutely.
Tall striking. He's a big baseball fan.
Oh, yeah. His son Jagger is going to be a big-time player.
Yeah, we'll see if we can't get him to come across the river.
You know what? I've already told him he looks better in the green and white.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Colton Rogers goes down swinging, and that's 4 consecutive strikeouts there from Bochelle. I think he's getting stronger as this game goes on.
Yeah, he is.
Unbelievable.
He's a senior?
3, 4, 5, 6 on the night. Yeah. Noah Lopez to the plate. Lopez has been on base both times he's been to the plate. Officially, he's 0 for 0 because he's walked twice. Swing and a miss there. Took a big cut.
You know, in baseball, they put the rule into effect a couple years ago where you can't get officially offered until your junior year, which I love that rule. I think it's a great rule. I think it takes a little bit of the pressure off of the early years, your freshman and freshman sophomore year. It just allows you to play.
Right. But it used to be that a kid would commit and the other schools will leave him alone.
Oh,
But not anymore.
No.
Kid commits, and that gives
like
you
open
more
season.
reason to go after him.
Yep.
And now with texting and
Yeah.
social media and all that stuff, swing and a miss. There's another kid.
Yeah, he's found his groove.
He is on fire. And now Jace Moran. Let's see if he can break things up here. I tell you what, if you're going to go down, though, I'd rather go down swinging.
Absolutely.
And they took their cuts up there. Nobody likes looking at that third strike.
And this thing, granted, we played some tougher games down the road still, but you're not going to see this level of pitching very often. And you're not going to see this good a team consistently the rest of the way. So regardless of what the outcome is, we're going to be able to grow from this and learn, take the positives from it.
And this is a team that's been struggling. They have played some tough competition, but they've lost 4 in a row coming into this one. So trying to get back on the winning track, and Swany have won 4 in a row and going to have to start a new streak in Tallahassee.
Great place to start it.
I had to go over there, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I don't really like
You were probably a better person just for going to Tallahassee.
Yeah, I don't really like going to Tallahassee. And I didn't go to the school. It had nothing to do with the school, but
just being in the presence.
Had to do with the business. And we tried to get it done over the phone or via email, and they said that was going to take 3 to 6 weeks. But if I would drive over there, they could do it that day.
Did they deliver? Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Well, that's good.
But heck of a trip, and I wanted to eat at some
Did you go out
place
to eat
that
over there?
I did. I wanted to eat at some place that
That
they
you
don't
couldn't
have
get around?
here.
Where did you go?
Lim Chickens. Well, it was right there where I
Slim
was.
Chickens?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes.
Okay. Not a fan?
I mean, there's a lot of other places
Well,
that we could have ventured to.
I know that now.
Did-
But I had
did-
never been to
Did
Slim
you get a
Chickens.
salad? What'd you get?
I got chicken. What are you going to – come on.
I mean, Slim Chicken.
What kind of
Sounds like a
question is
salad
that?
place. Was it fried chicken?
Oh, my goodness.
Fried chicken?
It could have been. I had a chicken sandwich. Okay.
Oh man!
It was lunchtime.
You know what? I'm gonna take you back to Tallahassee. We're gonna go.
There goes a runner. He got a heck
There
of
we
a
go.
jump,
Good
and
job.
Moran's going to have second base easily. Racing Bonds. Well, you already had to buy one lunch. I
I
mean,
do.
don't
I do.
extend yourself too much.
I'm trying to think where I could. Whataburger? You a big Whataburger fan?
They're not my favorite, no, but they're okay. As
I mean, what's your go-to?
far as a fast food hamburger, probably have to say, oh man, that's tough. Burger King, I guess. I like the Whopper
The
better
Whopper.
than the Big Mac. Hardee's is decent.
Hardee's does have good burgers.
Yeah.
But on the Big Mac, it ain't nothing but bread.
And he's going to fly out. Did it good, but center fielder's going to catch up to it. And that'll do it for the Dogs. They put a runner on base, but leave him stranded. And it's still 6-1. Bishop Snyder leads Swany. RiverCountrySports.com.
Your trusted local real estate partner in Live Oak, Grantham Realty, for all your real estate needs in North Florida. With over 20 years experience, they're more than just a real estate agency. They're your friends and neighbors, dedicated to serving this vibrant community. So whether you're buying or selling, you can trust Grantham Realty to provide solutions that fit your needs. At Grantham Realty, you'll be treated as a friend, not a number. Contact their friendly team today. Grantham Realty, 386-362-7080.
Hey, Bulldog fans, if you need land work done, don't forget G&W Site Services. I don't know why you go anyplace else because they can get it all done. Everything from land clearing to site prep, grade work, excavation and pond digging, driveways and culverts, material hauling, foundations. Get it all done. Call G&W. Call Ben Newman. Number is 386-209-4856. G&W Site Services. 209-4856. You'll find them online at gwsiteservicesllc.com.
Name the group, Wayne.
Jace Moran back out in the field. You want me to name Genesis?
I'm
You're not
just
going to
making-
stump me on music.
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure the guy that's worked in radio forever knows all
No, a
the
little bit.
artists.
Know a little bit about the older music. You can stump me on the newer stuff.
If you had one concert that you could go to, dead or alive,
Well, I'm going to Swany Spring Reunion this weekend.
Ooh,
Saw
heard
the
y'all
amp
talking
jam
about
with
it.
Government Mule. That was big. It would have to be somebody I'd never seen before. And I've seen most everybody on my bucket list. I'm a concert guy.
Who was
I've
the
been to
best?
a bunch of them.
Now batting number
Best concert I've ever seen? Oh, my goodness. Probably James Brown. And I didn't plan to go.
Oh, man.
That was out of the spirit, and I got talked into going. And the concert didn't start till almost 1 in the morning.
It was where?
It's Spirit of Swan.
He was out there?
Yes.
Oh, man.
And put on the best show I think I'd ever seen.
What was this?
It was unbelievable. Well, it's been a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
Chopper to the shortstop.
Oh,
And Gabe Garcia. You don't see that very often. E6. Queen was a heck of a concert back in the day. Saw them back in out in Oakland, California. I was
Oh,
in the
man.
service. They put on a heck of
You
a
have
show
seen
back
some
when
good
Freddie
ones.
Mercury was still around. I also saw him with Paul Rogers, the Bad Company singer, filling in. It was Queen and Paul Rogers in Jacksonville. Saw them years ago. Good looking pitch. Comes a strike. This weekend, I'm looking forward to Blair Crimmins and the Hookers.
I believe I heard y'all talking about that group on the zoo. Turn
This
it.
could be a double play
Turn it.
ball here. Garcia's going to take it
That's
himself.
Garcia.
And there
Nice
he goes.
job.
Erases the error.
No way to come back.
No doubt.
That's how you respond right there.
They're kind of a swing band. And we just happened upon them last year at this festival. Maybe it was the year before that, but they were playing, and it's like, who are these guys? And I just became a big fan. They got the big stand-up bass and a guy playing a banjo and a horn section. I mean, you just got to love that stuff. And they were taking old rock and roll songs and reimagining them kind of in a swing thing.
And that's this Saturday they're going to be
That's
playing?
one of the many bands,
Man.
along with Donna the Buffalo, the Kitchen Dwellers,
You know them all.
and a bunch of other ones. I can't name them all unless I'm looking at the list, but it's all online. You go to
I got to go out.
musicliveshere.com, and they'll tell you everything happened. There's always something happened to the Spirit.
I went to Halloween for the first time this year.
Did you really?
It's fantastic.
Wasn't that incredible? Did you
It
go?
was.
What'd you think of Spirit Lake?
Oh,
It's nuts, wasn't
it was. It's like you're in a different planet. I mean, it's,
People watching.
yes,
It's just that's fun.
it was phenomenal.
I didn't know you were out there.
Yeah, it's going to be
I'd
it's going to be
drink
an
a beer
annual.
with you if I knew you were out there.
There was plenty going around
Oh yeah.
from what I saw.
Well, there was more than beer. They stayed with the beer.
Yeah, people watching. Pretty fun.
1-1 the count, 2 down in the inning. Tanner Upton is the batter. Squares to bunt and pulls back.
You know, this past weekend, and I wasn't able to go out there, but Lacey Brinson, local 2001 Swany grad, country singer. She lives out in Texas. She performed it out of the Spirit this past weekend.
Yeah, he's a heck of a talent.
Yeah.
Garcia gets another
Attaboy,
shot.
Gabe. There we
And
go.
there you go.
So that's what you want to see. All right, you make the error, then you come back, you turn 2, finish out the inning. Great response.
It's baseball. You got to shake it off,
It
man.
is.
Get ready for the
That's
next
right.
play. All right, still 6-1 your score. Swany looking for offense right after this timeout. It's rivercountrysports.com.
Josh Anderson here from Wayne Fryer Live Oak. I'm inviting you to come tour the best built manufactured homes on the market. Choose from 2x6 exterior walls, upgrade insulation, vinyl plank flooring, shiplap accent walls, barn doors, tile showers, and so much more. All our homes come with delivery and setup, AC, steps, and skirting. And at Wayne Fryer Live Oak, homes start at just $69.9. If you've always wanted to own your own home, now is the time at Wayne Fryer, US 90 West, Live Oak, or visit us online at WayneFryerHome.com.
Everybody's always claiming to offer the top insurance, the lowest rate, blah, blah, blah. Well, cut the game and go to the Jeff Tippins Insurance Agency. Jeff is an independent agent, meaning he can shop around to get you the best price for the coverage you need. With access to major carriers like Auto Owners, Progressive, Travelers, and Mercury, stop with those cold 800 numbers. Discover the personal difference with the Jeff Tippins Insurance Agency. US 129 North in Live Oak. Call 364-2886 or visit JeffTippinsInsurance.com.
Back here at Booster Field, we were talking about music and concerts. You ever get a chance to see Tom Petty in concert?
I have not. And as bad as I dislike the Gators, when they do this, when they sing this at the Swamp, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Night game.
You gotta love this song.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, great concert. And I was thinking about, you asked me a concert on Greta Van Fleet is on my list. Want to see them? Kind of a Led Zeppelin throwback band, rock and roll band. And Hailstorm. Love to see Lizzie Hale and her band. Never seen them live. We got a new pitcher out here. And so hopefully this is going to help Swany's chances here to get back in this ball game.
Rally caps on, people. Rally caps on. Sitting in the house, sitting out in the stands, we need the rally caps on. Wayne has his on.
Looks like number 22 would be the new pitcher for
Now batting number
Bishop Snyder. Let's see if I can get. I don't have the number 22. When that 22 on the mound, give me a number. I thought I saw 22.
We're going to go with 22.
Okay.
22.
It is what it says. But
Deuce.
they don't have a 20. I got a 24. I got a 20. There he is, 22.
Yeah,
we do. Elias Mamea. And his first pitch is in there for a strike. Mamea facing Gabe Garcia. He's going to be off the plate. It'll be interesting to see if Swany and Bichelle was getting stronger, so any pitching change got to be a positive. This kid looks like he can bring it as well. Ball and 2 strikes to Gabe Garcia. Garcia on the season with a .312 on base percentage. His batting average 179. He could use a hit here, help that average.
He's dangerous once he gets on base. Good speed, always a threat to steal a base.
Works the count full. Yeah, he is, and that offense. He's just a little slow start as far as the bat, but clean up batter, and he certainly has it. Once he finds that groove, stays alive there. He's been impressive, man. I'll tell you what, first chance to see him this year, but he's a special player.
Yeah, hard worker. Saw him prepare in the offseason.
And there's a fly ball towards center. Could be trouble. Second baseman says, no, I got it. No problem. I was hoping that was a little deeper than that.
now batting number 12.
Hard for my depth perception. I got the reading glasses on up here, and I look up.
Throw you all off.
Quick switch to the binoculars. All right, here's Coy Fryer at the dish now. Fouls the first pitch off against the new pitcher, Elias Mamea. Mamea was the starting first baseman, and Bichelle will move over and take his spot. And this one's going to get down for a base hit.
Oh, come on now. What we doing?
Coy Fryer, a little.
No, that was 12 in there. We had a pinch hitter there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Number 12.
Batting for Fryer. So that was Caden Jenkins.
Yep, little jank.
Now batting
Caden Jenkins with the hit there for Swany in the 6th inning. And he'll get his lead at first base.
That's what you like to see. Guy gets an opportunity, comes in, gets him a hit. Good job, Jenkins.
Hampton Newman skies one to left field. Left fielder chases, calls for it, and Josh Murray makes the catch. So 2 down. I like the fact Swany coming up and
now batting
taking their swings.
Taking the hacks.
Tyler Watson at the dish. Tyler is 0 for 1 on the evening. He's walked. He's also struck out. Batting here against the new pitcher. Runner at first base. Tell you what, if he sends 1 yard here, that would cut the score in half. Catches the inside corner for a called strike. Tyler has that kind of pop.
He does.
Jenkins back to first base. Now to the plate. Swung on, and
get
this
out,
one
get out,
good
get out.
almost. Right fielder's going to run it down. And so Swany threatens but does not score here in their half of the 6th inning. Your score remains 6-1. Bishop Snyder, Suwannee Baseball on RiverCountrySports.com.
Do you need tree service? Morgan Tree and Debris provides you with quality and affordable tree service in Live Oak and surrounding communities. Morgan Tree and Debris is a full service and tree company. Tree trimming, tree removal, firewood, stump grinding, storm cleanup, debris removal. Contact Morgan Tree and Debris at 386-249-0472. That's Morgan Tree and Debris, 386-249-0472 for all of your tree service needs.
Your trusted local real estate partner in Live Oak, Grantham Realty, for all your real estate needs in North Florida. With over 20 years experience, they're more than just a real estate agency. They're your friends and neighbors dedicated to serving this vibrant community. So whether you're buying or selling, you can trust Grantham Realty to provide solutions that fit your needs. At Grantham Realty, you'll be treated as a friend, not a number. Contact their friendly team today. Grantham Realty, 386-362-7080.
Suwannee Bulldog Baseball here on RiverCountrySports.com. Appreciate you tuning in. Want to remind you that the Diamond Dogs podcast is also on the website, so if you want to go check that out, watch it at your convenience. The Coach's Show with Coach Billy Moran does a fantastic job, and appreciate him giving up his time each week. It's like we're going to have another pitcher. Boy Fryer is now on the hill. So this will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th pitcher for tonight. Coy Fryer's played just about every position on the field tonight.
Yeah. Right field.
But Moran will replace him at third base.
Second, third. Yeah.
And now on the hill, gonna pitch here to see if he can keep this score where it is and give the Dogs a chance for a miraculous rally in the bottom of the 7th. So Cole Dennis is going to lead things off here for Schneider. Where is Bishop Snyder over in Jacksonville? Toward the beach or
I
more
should
in
be
town?
able to tell you because I just went there about a month ago for a middle school track meet.
Okay. It's a big town.
It is. Not my favorite.
No. I don't like any big city. I'll just be honest.
I'm not a big fan of Jacksonville.
I sure don't like driving over there, but Andy and I have taken many trips to Jayville.
Y'all have.
We blame you. You know, if I wrote the schedule for you, we'd be playing, everybody would be within about a 30-mile radius. We play all the local schools.
You know what? I don't think so. We played Atlantic Coast last year.
Yeah.
But I can't remember scheduling a Jacksonville team. Like if they're in the district, that's one thing, but I tried very hard not to schedule any Jacksonville teams.
Played Bishop Kenny up, well, you know, through the years. I mean, we played everywhere over there.
We'll be there this year.
So
Kickoff Classic on
Yes.
the water. They do have a great setup.
They do. That's a nice facility. No doubt about it. And there's a free pass, and you hate to see that to the leadoff batter here in the 7th. Hold Dennis aboard, and now Piccolo comes to the plate. And here comes a pinch runner. Looks like Jack Roush is going to be the pinch runner at first base. Evan Piccolo digs in, third baseman for the Cardinals. First pitch on the corner for a called strike. Boy Fryer on the hill now for Swany. Grayson Bonds behind the plate. There goes the runner.
There he goes.
He's just going to take off. And there's the throw.
Got him.
And they
There
did
we go.
a racing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. He just took off. I mean,
A
before the
questionable decision.
pitch
But
was
we'll
ever
take it.
made.
What are
and
we
the,
talking about here?
Yeah, I'm
What are
sure
we
the
doing?
coach is saying he
What are we
balked,
doing?
but he didn't. He stepped off the mound, turned around, and threw the runner out. The umpire's got a lot of patience here tonight with that
No
coach.
doubt.
After around, Coach Moran will come up here and talk to us after the game. Then we'll have to ask him if he knows what any of these conversations were about.
We need him on the sidelines for our football games because he's a pretty patient guy. We don't always get a lot of patient guys on our side.
No. You know, when you work the officials, too, that poor sideline guy, I mean, he's taking all the abuse.
No doubt.
But he's not the one making the calls sometimes. And I don't know if the message is being relayed to the proper
Most
authorities.
times it is not.
Yeah, but I figured. And so the conversation breaks up. Coach will retreat to his third base box, and umpire will put his gear on and go back to work. Batter digs in, 0-1 the count. Fryer's pitch, that one's up high.
So if you were coaching third base, are you wearing the helmet or just the ball cap?
No, I'm wearing a baseball cap. Come on, man. You know, when I was a kid, we didn't even wear a helmet to ride a bicycle. We used to ride them helmet free, if you can believe that.
I was hoping that you said that you would wear the helmet.
No,
Not anything against
I,
anybody.
you
that
know,
does,
I agree.
but I was kind of hoping that you said you would wear.
I
a helmet.
come from the wrong generation to ask that question to. So we didn't have that sort of information when I was a kid. So I'm not as quick though as far as dodging foul balls, so it probably wouldn't hurt for me to wear a crash helmet over there.
Uh-oh.
Pop fly right side. And let's see who wants it. Second baseman's going to call for it.
There we go.
Lopez will make the catch. And that was good communication out there.
That was.
First baseman actually going for it originally. Right fielder's chasing second baseman, and you got to make that call. And he had the better angle and took charge. Like to see that.
Yeah, good communication there.
Now Jackson Perry with 2 down. Swing and a miss.
Pitch.
Coy walked the first batter. They ended up catching him at second base, and he's going to settle down from there. See if we can get a 1-2-3 here. Fouled away, out of play. 0-2 is the count. Got a piece of it. Stays alive. You know, of all the color announcers that I've had come in and help me here in the broadcast booth, you've come with a lot lot of questions tonight. You've
Really?
asked more questions than anybody else of the play-by-play
You
announcer.
know what? I'll take that. I'll take that.
You're an inquisitive guy. I'm going to get you to come into the zoo one morning.
Oh, don't tempt me with a good time.
It is a fun time. We don't always know what we're talking about, but we have fun doing it.
I'll fit right in there.
Kicking Kevin and Company on 107.5, talk1075.com, and of course on the Facebook, the Radio Zoo. You can go to radiozoo.net if you've never heard our morning program and check that out.
Who's in charge of the camera in the morning?
It-
Because a lot of times we just see like your back.
Yeah.
Like, why don't we see?
That's my best side.
Come on, man.
The camera is actually stationary, and it's got an app on it that makes it jump around like that.
Okay. See, that's why I ask a lot of questions.
See, there's another one. Gabe Garcia to first in time, and that'll do it for Bishop Snyder. All right, Swany's got 3 outs left. Let's see if we can get a miraculous comeback in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Rally caps.
Bulldog Baseball, rivercountrysports.com.
When watching the big game, you want pizza. Papa John's Pizza of Live Oak has what you're looking for. Delicious pizza, cooked just the way you like it. From their signature sauce to their toppings, the fresh original dough, plus wings, breadsticks, and more. Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's Pizza, 6852 Suwannee Plaza Lane in Live Oak. Call for delivery or stop by today.
Swany Baseball on rivercountrysports.com. All right, bottom of the 7th. It's crunch time for Swany. We need the miraculous comeback here. Grayson Green scheduled to lead it off, followed by Colton Rogers, and back to the top of the order with Noah Lopez. So let's see if we can't get a rally going in the 7th.
Wait, start. You got a great team up here running the cameras and the system. You do a great job.
Well, Tammy Neal's our executive producer back here. She's keeping the ship running.
Tammy.
But Sawyer over here is doing a fine job on the stream, and then we've got Lucy over there working the camera up top. We've got John Koch working one of the cameras, and Dusty Morgan over there working the camera. John's on the first base side, and Dusty's over there third base side.
Now batting number 32, Grayson Green.
All right, Grayson Green to lead things off here against Elias Amaya, trying to close things out here for Bishop Snyder.
Get us going here, Greeny.
Green with a chopper up the middle.
That's trouble.
Second baseman gets to it. Going to be a tough throw. He gets it. A nice throw, nice stretch over there at first base. And that pumps him up.
That's a great play.
Moselle is pumped up there at first base, man. Nice defense. I thought he had a chance there.
Yep. It was trouble.
One down in the inning. Now Colton Rogers, the batter. And let's make sure this is Colton.
We've been wrong a few times tonight, Wayne.
Yeah. They don't tell us the changes. Back in the old days, they had to come up and tell the press box, and this is Colton.
We should bring back the old days.
Yeah. We got to kind of have to guess up here, you know, it's the who's at what base, and a lot of times we can't see that far. Nice to have you up here. You've been able to
I love
straighten things out a little bit. Ball outside. 2 balls and a strike now to Colton Rogers. He's heading the count 3-1 here. We need base runners. And that'll be foul. Nice one-handed grab by the honorary coach over there.
Bad. We can't compliment him too much.
Yeah. Well, he didn't get tossed, so I don't know what he's talking about over there.
HBP.
Colton Rogers aboard, hit by the pitch.
There we go.
That's a base runner with 1 down, and now Noah Lopez comes to the plate. 20 down, 6-1.
And we got the line. Top of the lineup. Here we go.
Seen crazier things happen in baseball,
Absolutely.
but this would be one of the greatest comebacks in dog history if they could somehow manage to get back in this thing. Rogers gets his lead at first base. There's the pitch, and that's right side, and that is a base hit. And they're going to stop Rogers at second base. Not going to take the chance there. Lopez aboard with a single, and boy, he has had a nice night tonight. Been on base 3 or 4 times. That's his first base hit.
I'm surprised we haven't had a visit yet from old ball coach over there. That's usually about the time.
Yeah, he's
Put the pressure on him here.
get him a little rope there, but 6-1. They only need 2 outs. 2 outs away from victory are the Cardinals. Jace Moran trying to keep Swany alive. Maya checks the runners. Now the pitch outside for ball 1. Grayson Bonds waits on deck. Ball 2.
A little pressure on him.
Things would get interesting if he could get on base here and load him up. See if he brings him something to hit here on 2-0.
Oh,
man.
man.
I thought he wanted that one. Takes all the way. 2-1 now your count. That was down the pipe. 9 digs in once again.
Good eye. Good eye.
3-1. Again, it's a batter's count here. So probably going to get something to hit or take a free base. There's the pitch, and that's a call strike.
Bad.
Yeah,
That's
Moran,
bad.
Moran already halfway to first base there, thought he had a free pass.
That's terrible.
And the umpire rings up a strike. Says it caught the inside corner.
How do you call that a strike with a straight face?
God, he did.
Hey,
Full count now to Jace Moran. Here's the payoff pitch. And he'll stay alive. Just play defense there and fouled it out of play. When you get 2 strikes on you like that, you don't want to go down looking. So nice job there of staying alive.
there it is.
Swung on
There it is.
down the
There
first
it is.
base line. Nice play by the first baseman. Gets the out. 2 down in the inning. Runners do advance. And that's 2 defensive gems there. You got to give credit where credit's due. But, man, nice play there by Bochelle. That could have been it. That could have been trouble.
Yeah.
Could have got down there in the corner and extra bases. But instead, the first baseman handles it unassisted. Now, Grayson Bonds, 2 outs in the inning. And Grayson is our last hope here. Grayson's got a single tonight. Knocked in the only run for Swany. And ahead in the count here, 1-0. His first look at Mamea. Swung on, and there's a base hit.
And the boy Bonds.
That's going to bring 1 in.
Go.
That's going to bring
go.
2 in as the left fielder juggles the baseball just a little bit. And Swany has cut
Bonds,
the lead.
Nice job.
Now 6-3. Grayson Bonds with a couple more RBI. He's knocked in all 3 of the runs in the ballgame.
There's the visit. Old Bond's been clutch all year.
He has
That strong year.
We did have one broadcast. Hate to bring up the negative. It's Columbia, and then he was up in that key spot, and unfortunately
Went down. Yeah.
didn't swing the bat.
Yep. Went down looking.
Just didn't get his pitch in that one. But if you're gonna pull one Bulldog up to have in a key situation, he'd be the guy you want at the plate.
Yep.
And looks like they're going to make a pitching change. So Elias Mamaya, his work is done, and now they're going to bring in somebody to get 1 out. And Swany cuts the lead down to 6-3. Let's see if we can get a number on this new pitcher here.
It's like 9 or 8. That's a little sidearm.
This is see if we can make sure it's 9 before I tell you his name. You said either 9 or 8, and they got 1 of each, so I'm waiting. Guess I could break the binoculars back out.
Looks like 8.
8? 8 would be Lewis Turner.
8.
9 is Tyler Wilford.
We'll go with 8.
All right. Yeah, he's got that
Little
sidearm
sidearm.
delivery.
Yeah, we're going to go 8.
We're going to go with that.
We'll go 8.
So Lewis Turner will be the new pitcher for Bishop Snyder. And he will be facing Gabe Garcia.
But as a coach, this is what you love to see. You guys still battling. Give yourself a chance here in the bottom of the 7th.
Without question.
Garcia's due.
He is. And he's facing a submariner. You don't usually see this.
Nope.
You know, the arm slots are different, but coming from the sidearm, that's something you don't see every day. And hopefully Garcia can handle this. Runner at first base. 2 runs in the inning. Oh, man.
That's tough.
That's what I'm saying. And you come in and all of a sudden this is what you're looking at. And strike 1. That one got away from him, and the runner will go to second base on the wild pitch. Ball and a strike to the batter. Runner at second base would, if he could get him in, would cut the score down to a 2-run lead. 2 outs, though. We're down to our last out here in the 7th. Looking for the miracle. A sidewinder outside there. 2 balls and a strike. With that first pitch, man, that was right in there. But since then, he's been a little bit wild.
Yeah. A little wild thing-esque. All over the place. Yeah.
All 3. Now, it really becomes interesting if you could get him on base.
I'm telling you.
Because then you would bring the tying run to the plate.
Ooh, he's going to call that.
Yeah.
He's called that all day.
That was there.
It was.
That was there. So full count now to Gabe Garcia.
Come on, Gabe. Here we go.
Trying to keep things alive for the Suwannee Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. There's the pitch, swing and a miss. And that's going to do it. So Swany gets a couple of runs here in the bottom of the 7th, but not enough to knock off Bishop Snyder. And your final score is going to be 6-3. Bishop Snyder gets the win over the Suwannee Bulldogs. Dogs' big 4-game winning streak is by the wayside now. Swany will fall to 8-6 on the season, and Bishop Snyder will improve to 9-5 on the year. And they snap their losing streak by getting in the win column. What can you say about Swany? They fought hard in this ball game, but just didn't have enough to get by the starting pitcher. I mean, he was just lights out and seemed to get stronger. Once they went to the bullpen, Dogs started to get back into it, but just too little too late.
Yeah, more than likely the best pitcher that they've seen all season and maybe the rest of the way from here on out. Didn't have the ideal start for the Dogs, give up too early. Had some errors that didn't help us. And again, you can't help good teams, this is obviously a very, well-coached, talented group. But you love seeing the fight at the end, sticking with it. Again, we're still a very young team that's still developing and learning how to play through adversity. But you like the fight, but now, broke the streak. You got a chance to bounce back this week against, 2 good teams in Florida High and NFC. And so looking forward to see how the Dogs will respond.
Yeah, I got the day off tomorrow, and then Friday and Saturday, back-to-back games in Tallahassee. I asked Coach if he was going to stay over there, and now they're coming back. They said, but it's going to be a pretty tough road trip. A couple of tough games, tough schools.
It will be, but, the great thing about baseball, you have a tough loss, and the best remedy for that is get back on the diamond and get back after it. So I think we've got a great chance to go over there and get 2 wins as we get into, kind of this last stretch of the regular season. But as a coach, you just want to see continued improvement, correct the mistakes that you make from one game to the next. And I think this group has the ability to do that. So I'm excited to see how we finish and what we're going to look like come district time.
Yeah, that's the key. And that's, one thing Coach Moran has kind of harped on all year long is building this team for the postseason.
Yep.
Last year being his first year. And once they got to the postseason, he didn't feel they were ready after the regular season they played. So this time around, he toughened up that schedule.
Yep.
not as much worried. And it's kind of like the football season. You know, you look at the rankings there for the FHSA and 3A.
Yeah.
And coming into this game, we were number 3 in the region.
Yep.
And not the best record, but we had the best strength of schedule.
Yeah, and that can play to your advantage when you play, a very quality schedule, which we have, and you're going to see good pitching, you're going to see tough bats. But the thing I like about our group is, we're 6, 7 deep when it comes to pitchers, and that's going to be crucial once we get the district play. The thing, I think the one thing I've noticed throughout the year, we leave guys on base a little bit, more than we would like. So I think just being able to bring those guys home once we get them in scoring position. But again, that's part of the season. As you said, you got to take the good with the bad and bounce back. And, I think Coach Billy will have those guys ready to go the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think so. And right now, talking to him after the game and probably saying exactly that, just keep your heads up. I like the way you battled. We learned something from this, and we're going to take it forward. But usually has some words with the kids, and then he'll come up here and talk to us in the booth. So we'll pepper him with a few questions once he gets up here. But,
Absolutely.
Coach Moran has been a bunch of fun to work with. Another kid that I remember, I don't know if you remember him back in his playing days, but he was a pretty intense ball player.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. I love watching him play back in the day. Heck of a football player, baseball.
Great football.
Played soccer. Heck of an athlete. And, he brings the competitive fire. He hates to lose, which is one thing that you want to spread to the guys. You want a team that hates to lose almost more than they love to win.
Yeah.
And with baseball, you're going to have some ups and downs, and obviously you're playing a lot of games throughout the year. But I think with this young group, just getting to that point, when you get in a position to take control of the game, you take control and eliminate the mental mistakes and the errors. It's a huge mental game, maybe more than any. And so we're going to see this young group continue to get better and better.
Yeah. And look at Hunter Watson out there. He's already working on the field. That's one thing these kids do after a ball game. You get out there and you got to work the field.
Yep.
And let Lexi football do that. Game's over and all right, let's go. I need some kids mowing. I need.
No, they do. They get right after it. So you really don't got time to think about it right after the game. You got to clean up and get the field back in shape and ready for the next day. Old Hunter, I know he wants to be out there with him, recovering from an injury, but he's been a great teammate all season, and we can't wait to see him back out on the playing field next year.
No doubt about it. I'm looking forward to seeing him healthy and seeing what he can do in the new football campaign. Ways to go, but looking forward to it already.
Yeah.
So who's your spring game?
At Bradford, Thursday, May 15th.
Okay. We're not going to travel with you on that.
I appreciate you.
But, we are doing graduation, though. We're going to carry live graduation ceremonies for Swany and for Brantford.
Very cool.
So May 16th and 17th, we'll look forward to that.
So what's the play-by-play look like for that one?
For that, we're going to hand that over to the PA announcer who announces the kids. We'll just hook into he's already doing it.
Mr. Isaac?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was hoping that you were going to have some type of.
Well, we'll do a little
play-by-play.
pre and post game, but
I like it.
Yeah. Basically, it's about the kids. It's not about me that day. It's about the seniors.
You're right. So we've had football, baseball. Did we do basketball this year?
We did not do basketball.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, and we had planned to do basketball, and we couldn't bring it together in December.
We'll get
not getting into the particulars, but we would like to do more sports going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas on the Square.
We
the
did
parade.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we learned a lot from Christmas on the Square. It gets dark after the sun goes down.
Yes, it does.
And we didn't have enough lighting, but we learned, and going forward, we've got that corrected. Tammy wasn't with us. If Smith Neal was with us in December, then that would have been a different story.
Do it again next year?
We probably will. Yeah. I don't know. We hadn't thought that far ahead.
Y'all should have you on float.
We were going to have you in a podcast this summer. I don't know where that sits, but we had talked about it.
I'm all for it.
Okay.
I got to get through these classes.
Yeah. Now you're studying for your master's degree, is that right?
I am.
I didn't know you were that smart.
I'm not.
Surprises me. Are you looking past coaching? Do you think you might want to get in administration or
No.
No.
No, I say that now. I have no desire to get into administration. That may change one day, but I feel I'm kind of a lifer in the coaching game.
Okay.
You never know. Never know what the future holds. But
If it was up to me, you coach football for Swany as long as you wanted, but
as long as they want to keep me here, I plan on doing it.
feels like home.
It is. It is. Going into 10th season, which is wild. But yeah, after this master's work done, I don't see how people go and get the doctorate. I guess.
How
That's a lot of school.
tough is it to go back to school after
Very,
being away for so long? That's got to be tough.
very. Just the time commitment, setting all the other stuff aside to focus on what I have to get done. But yeah, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting there,
You're getting closer.
getting closer.
Okay. And after that's over, maybe we'll talk about doing a podcast this summer.
We're gonna do it.
All right.
We're gonna do it. We've got to come up with a name.
All right.
I got a couple ideas run by you.
I've kicked a bunch to you.
You have. You have.
Most of them
There
have
were
been
some good
pretty
ones.
silly, but
There were some good ones.
yeah, we'll see. The first podcast name that we came up with was the Across the River podcast, and I don't know if that will ever come to fruition, but that was the original idea.
Yeah.
Getting a couple of them crazy Hamilton County guys on the podcast.
Then that would be something.
Yeah.
We'd have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Well, we don't know where it's going to go, but you not only football, but you're kind of well versed and can talk a little bit about everything.
Yeah, football is great, love it, but there's a lot more to talk about. So I'd rather go in that direction. I mean, I think it'll be sports based for sure, but everything that surrounds sports, which there's a lot that goes into it. So once we decide that name, we'll get it rocking and rolling.
Okay. Waiting for Coach Moran to make his trip up there to the box, and so far he's still talking to the team. So this is an extended meeting. Normally he's pretty quick out there.
A little lengthy post game.
Yeah. He must have taken notes. Has several things to get across to his ball team. Tough loss here tonight as Swany took it on the chin 6-3, but Dogs never quit. Just made a few too many errors, mental mistakes, and played a really good team. So hats off to Bishop Snyder in getting the win here tonight.
Who all is our region? Didn't mean to stump you.
Well, it's
you said you were
basically the
third in our
same region from the Panhandle, and I didn't print that out, but it's at FHA.
Well, I can't remember it either.
But it's from the Panhandle to Jacksonville, so you've got a couple of those schools out west, and I'm trying to remember. I think
in our district, are we east this year? And I think we're Jacksonville district.
District-wise, yeah.
Okay.
But in baseball now, you don't play your district opponents until the district tournament.
Yeah.
So we have played Wolfson.
That's right.
But we haven't played some of the other things. I think Paxton's in our district, and
that's a favorable district.
Yeah,
winnable district.
Very winnable. And region-wise, I think we're one of the stronger teams within 3A in Region 1.
Yep.
And to see that, they go in a ranking system, and it's hard to figure the math out, but it is on the FHSA website. And I was looking at it early. I don't have my laptop in front of me, or I'd dig that up real quick.
Yeah.
But we were third at last look. There were two Panhandle schools in front of us.
I think who's the South Walton? I think they're our region.
Yeah.
They're a very good team. They got a.
I think South Walton Beach was one of them. Maybe West Florida was the other.
Yeah.
If I remember right. But we feel pretty good about the region. Coach Moran feels confident about it, but one step at a time on the regular season, and then the district playoffs, and then begin the postseason play as far as that goes. And you get out of your region, and then you head down to more serious competition in the central and southern part of the state. Good ball clubs.
And I think the district tournament falls on spring break this year. We have a later spring break.
It does.
Yeah.
And I was wondering about this spring because a lot of teams take advantage of that and play tournament ball. Go play some tough schools, maybe out of state, and do a bonding thing with their team before the playoffs. But is it because Easter comes so late? Is that why we have moved it to April this year?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what goes into deciding the spring break because in past years we've had it in March, and the last couple we've
school year.
Yeah, because once you get into May, we're into testing and all that comes with that. So Yeah, once we come back, there's not a whole lot left of school, which is great. So I know the kids
Did you
will be
have
excited.
a spring break when you were in school? I know we didn't have a spring break.
Yeah, we had spring break.
We had 4 days off for Easter.
Yeah, we had spring break.
You did get a week off?
Mhm.
Okay.
But back then, Thanksgiving used to be on like a 2-day. It'd be like the
You get that
Wednesday,
4-day
Thursday.
weekend.
Yeah.
And you get time off,
but I
of course,
appreciate
at
the
Christmas.
weekend.
And then you had, but back in my day, you had off from Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Well, that's the
So
thing.
the
Like
full summer.
we start so early now with school and with the football season. I mean, we're playing 3 games in August. That's ridiculous. We shouldn't be football until after Labor Day. But what do I know?
All right. We're going to have to take a timeout here. We're trying to save my final timeout to get Coach Moran up here, but I don't know if he's going to make it or not. But we'll take this final timeout and be back right after this. It's Suwannee Bulldog Baseball on RiverCountrySports.com.
Rapid Fiber Internet's locally owned and operated, powered by Suwannee Valley Electric Co-op. Our local employees are dedicated to providing a world-class customer experience to each of our Suwannee Valley Electric members. Make the switch today to Rapid Fiber Internet's 100% fiber to the home internet system. To learn more about Rapid Fiber Internet, visit rapid-fiber.com. Again, that's rapid-fiber.com or call 866-64-RAPID.
All right, hey Bulldog fans, when you're hungry, we can satisfy that appetite at Beef O'Brady's of Live Oak. Come dine with us during, before, or after the ball game. We feature big screen TVs, so you won't miss any of the big events. At Beef O'Brady's, check out our game room featuring pool tables and games for the kids. Stop by Beef O'Brady's for some good food, good sports, and good games.
And back here one final time, RiverCountrySports.com and Suwannee Baseball. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Not going to get a chance to talk to Coach Moran tonight, but of course you can always catch him on the Diamond Dogs podcast. We do that every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, so you can look forward to that. Kyler, appreciate your help tonight with Suwannee Baseball.
Man, I had a blast. Let's do it again. Sorry I asked so many questions.
I
I was trying to stump you.
was just messing with you. You did get me, though, on the trivia
I
question.
got you once. I
Yeah.
got you once.
Not on music, though.
Not on music.
I was pretty sharp there.
We're going to have to do a concert together one day, Wayne.
A concert together?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe just go out to the Spirit one time.
That would be good.
Spirit Lake next year.
Yeah,
Or this year.
maybe so. I didn't know you were there. I'd have found you if I knew
I
you
wish I would have found you at Spirit Lake.
amongst 20,000 people.
It was a blast.
That's going to wrap up tonight's broadcast. Tonight, final score: Bishop Snyder beats Swany by the score of 6-3. Suwannee Baseball here on RiverCountrySports.com, brought to you in part by Wayne Fryer Homes, by Jeff Tippins Insurance Agency, by Morgan Tree and Debris, by Grantham Realty, by Lafayette State Bank, by Rapid Fiber Internet, by Beef O'Brady's, Papa John's, and the UPS store of Live Oak. Want to thank our crew. Our streaming producer tonight was Sawyer Brooks. Our camera operators were John Koch, Dusty Morgan, and Lucy Roberts. Our executive producer was Miss Tammy Neal. So for Kyler Hall, I'm Wayne Luttrell. You've been watching and listening to Suwannee High Bulldog Baseball.